looks good, and I'm super excited about it for you,
Hell yeah.
man.
Me too. I just hate the driveway.
I know, man. I know.
You looking for a place in Little Rock, Matt?
North Little
North
Rock.
Little Rock.
Okay.
We found
Nice.
one yesterday that we think is a good
Hell yeah.
deal. So
That's what's
we're
up.
super excited about it. So thank you for that, man. I'm really excited to help. And
Look,
by
I
the
do
way,
business with my friends.
But your wife or your fiance, I'm sorry, is super nice, man. I mean, really, I was very surprised. I was like,
Really?
man, how did you work that out, man? You know, you're so snarky and whatnot. She seems like a really nice lady.
She puts up with me. She's put up with me for 15 years. We've been friends for forever.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome, man.
we've been friends, and we'd hang out, goof off. We watch each other go through relationship issues,
Yeah.
family issues. Her mom unfortunately passed away in 2019 due to breast cancer. My mom was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. That's
Okay.
where y'all been missing me at.
Yeah.
And she just went through the surgery and everything. And as of right now, she is cancer free. So
That's awesome, man. Congratulations to her. I know that's a lot to go through.
yeah, it's been a really interesting a month and a half.
I bet it has, man. I'm sorry that
Oh.
she's gone through that, but I'm glad to hear that on the other side, at least for now, she's cancer free.
Yeah, she's cancer free as of now. Yeah, starting her medication. Yeah, she had the double mastectomy done. All the lymph node tests came back negative now.
That's great.
So it looks like we got everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're going to put her on that medication you have to take for 5 years and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
So,
Well, that's the best news you can get in that situation, I think.
oh, I agree.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. We got a lot to do today. We've got some guests coming in.
Yeah.
Andy, Tactical Turkey, will be joining us, and we're supposed to be joining him, I believe, Sunday to go blow some shit up.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to it.
yeah. You're gonna
Hell
shoot
yeah.
some tannerite and whatnot.
That's what's
You
up.
coming out?
Man, Sunday we're actually going to the beach this week.
Are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
down to Galveston. Yeah.
Oh, Galveston.
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Okay, well, enjoy that. No,
So
that's
closest
fantastic.
beach in proximity.
No,
Yeah.
I get it. I've been there before, more than once actually.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a friend from there, and my dad was from Texas, so we used to run down to Galveston.
Yeah, I almost feel like I'm lying when I just say we're going to the beach. You know,
Right.
It sounds like we're going to like Dustyn or something. Like
Well.
no, just Texas.
No, just Galveston,
Yeah.
but it's still a beach.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
it's
get away for
water,
a
it's the
weekend.
ocean.
Yeah.
You know,
Just a
right
little
there.
weekend getaway.
What is that? The Gulf of America there?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It will be my first time seeing it as the
As
Gulf
the
of America. Yeah.
as it's recently been clad, right?
You don't have enough water already up here? I mean,
Yeah, no
right.
kidding, right?
Seriously?
No
I'd
doubt.
booked that room like 3 weeks ago before we got all the rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some news you can use. As always, guys, please chime in when you hear something you think matters. I try not to talk about shit that doesn't matter, but sometimes I still do. Let's see. Well, let's start here. National Park Services, the website, they've restored the Harriet Tubman and slavery information. I don't know what happened. The National Park Service's changes made to a web page dedicated to the Underground Railroad have now been reversed. The page featured Harriet Tubman. I don't know why it was removed, but it's back. So that's good news. Kevin Hart's son is going through a growth spurt, now towers over his dad. His family was on vacation.
The Keebler elf.
17-year-old Hendricks and his 5'5" dad, and that's a very optimistic height, were snapped on the beach for social media. Hart captioned the post with, "Not sure when this happened, but it happened. He's officially towering over me." Yeah, he must have got his mom's height. 'Cause
Is he really that? Is he only like 5'5"?
I think he's probably smaller than that.
Really?
But 5'5" is.
I mean, I knew he was super short, but
Yeah,
I
5'4", 5'5", somewhere right around there. Yeah. All right. Is a Gloucester, England woman escorted by police from a Ryanair flight after being unable to pay for in-flight snacks. That's right. She ordered Pringles, water, and a Coke, then tried to pay with a card, but the machine wouldn't take her card. Another machine had trouble with the payment. She offered to pay cash once the flight landed. Instead of agreeing, the flight crew called police and had her removed from the plane.
Jeez.
What?
They said she was disruptive. She said, "I wasn't. There were no raised voices." Police took her to an ATM, and she paid the nearly $9 to the airline. Now she's been banned. Says
Jeez,
there's no way she'd ever fly them again anyway.
Who is it? Who was it? Delta?
Now, I don't know if it did it. Ryanair.
Ryanair. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
really $9 after what they pay for a ticket, you're going
Right,
to boot them off the
right.
plane for that?
dude, it is a headache even getting food on planes now, you have to pay with a card.
Yeah.
You can't pay cash on the plane, and you have to your card has to be registered with that airline before. Like you can't just
Really?
get on there and say, "Oh, here's my card." And they're like, "Well, is that card registered on our app or whatever?" Like,
What a
oh,
pain in the
dude,
ass.
it is just for some
I remember when it
overpriced
was-
pretzels and
Yeah, I
shit.
remember it was free.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, let's just be honest.
Hand that crap out.
Yeah.
And on some flights you do
You're not
get
going to
free
charge me
stuff.
for Pringles, really, are
Right.
you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Pringles?
I'm
Those ought to
surprised
be
it was only
free.
$9. That actually sounds kind of cheap.
Right.
Yeah, for a soda and some Pringles?
I figured you'd spend it at least drop a bill on that.
No, I could feed the neighborhood to soda and Pringles at DG for $9. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled yesterday the Trump administration can, in fact, deport Venezuelan migrants under the Alien Enemies Act only after each individual has a hearing. The decision halts the administration's previous actions, which would deport them without judicial review. But the court emphasized that they have to be notified and allowed to contact or contest their deportation. So, yeah, I mean, they said, hey, the ruling follows the administration's earlier use of the Aliens Enemy Act to deport members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. He classified him as an invading force. So the district judge had said, no, you can't do that. And I thought this was always going this way because it's hard for me to imagine whether I agree with the president or I don't, that a district judge should have any ability to come over that.
Well, that was my way of thinking. He came out and said, "Well, I'm stopping this," and it's like, "Oh, I didn't know you could do that."
Well,
I didn't know
it
was
seems like an
like that.
overreach, doesn't it?
Right,
For a
right.
district judge and wherever he is to be able to make a ruling that affects everybody and
Yeah,
what the
the
president
national.
does.
Yeah, right.
All right. Yesterday's stock market, a roller coaster from opening to closing. Mixed results. The market started with big drops, but then, let's see, a rumor began to circulate the president was considering a 90-day pause on tariffs. That news sent markets shooting upward. Didn't last long. He said he wasn't going to pause it. Then the Dow went down again. The NASDAQ ended the day up 0.1%, led by a rally. Look, these stock drops are temporary at best.
Well,
This
dude,
is the time to buy.
Well, yeah, and I just I don't know if you don't talk about stocks any other time. Don't talk about them now.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Just don't
dude, you've
talk
never
about
brought them up before, but
Yeah.
now that they're shit, I mean,
Yeah.
why are you interested in them all of a
Look,
sudden? You know?
I'm telling you, savvy investors know that these are the times you buy stocks because
Yeah.
they're going to drop down arbitrarily and artificially.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a market panic briefly for a few people who sell off. Then it's going to come right back up, just as Tesla has already started coming back up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all going to come back up. All right. Jose Gregorio Gonzalez, he's a Venezuelan man detained by ICE last month, granted a 1-year humanitarian release so he can potentially donate a kidney to his critically ill brother. His release followed efforts by advocates and officials after he was detained while taking his brother to dialysis. He was in the country legally. He's now eligible to apply for a work permit, could participate in a kidney swap program. New York-based nonprofit Undo Medical Debt, this is crazy, struck a major deal to erase $30 billion in unpaid medical bills for 20 million Americans.
Wow.
Wow.
The organization partnered with a Virginia debt trading company using $36 million donations to eliminate debts averaging $1,100 a person. The initiative stops future collection efforts, removes old debts from circulation, and Undo Medical Debt hopes it will inspire broader reform around medical debt in the U.S. I think that's great, man.
I love it, but it's like, did it make a dent? Did the 300 billion even make a dent in what they've,
Well, I don't know.
Like-
It said most of the people. Let me see. I think it said
Well, you know
most of the most residents who benefited were Texas and Florida,
Right.
who will make up about half of those affected. So really, half of it. I guess it's 36 million. They had billion in
Yeah,
debt.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So half of that is going to Texas and Florida. So that
Right.
think about that for a minute.
It's like, doesn't it speak to how bad the
Yeah.
medical indry is screwing us when
Man, it
nonprofits
does,
are
too.
raising 300 billion to help us out?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Come on. Maybe we should just get rid of the crooked
Well, no, you're right. I think they're working on some of that stuff.
Big Pharma.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, we all in the boat together. Big
Right,
Pharma sucks
Okay.
balls. Metallica teaming up with the American Red Cross to get fans to donate blood on their tour. Through their foundation, All Within My Hands, they're organizing blood drives at a lot of tour stops to help ensure hospitals have blood supplies they need. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Heineken has introduced the Flipper. It's a prototype phone case designed to encourage people to engage more with those around them by minimizing smartphone distractions during gatherings. The case uses AI-driven voice recognition technology to detect the word cheers. When it hears that word, a built-in robotic arm flips the phone face down so people aren't distracted by their phone.
I like that.
It's novel, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I go
Be funny
for
at the
that one.
bar a couple times, then I'd throw that case away.
I'll be walking around saying cheers.
Right. A 67-year-old woman in Florida arrested for scamming a man out of thousands through a fake tarot reading. Spiritual cleansing rituals. It started when the man found a flyer on his car advertising tarot services, decided to call the number. He met the woman who called herself Maria Rodriguez, paid $20 for a reading, then told him, "You need a deep spiritual cleansing." That's $600 to $700. So he agreed, sent her $200 via Zelle. She asked him about his bank balance, but that was kind of a red flag. He said he had $8,000. She convinced him to bring $3,000 to the next reading, during which she put the cash in a bag with eggs. When the bag was opened later, only broken eggs and worms were in it. She acted surprised and told him she couldn't give him his money back due to her state of mind. Now she's in jail working on that state of mind.
Right.
A 31-year-old McDonald's employee in St. Pete, Florida, arrested for choking a 17-year-old customer in a dispute over ranch. Well, ranch is,
Dude, that's
it is the
popular,
top sauce. I mean, the teen reportedly went behind the counter to get sauce after not getting any. At that point, the employee, Akina Sampson, grabbed the girl's arm, and when the teen tried to pull away, grabbed her neck and took her to the ground. Police noted the victim had injuries on her neck and elbow over some ranch. Really? Come on, man.
Some serious business, man.
That is silly shit right there.
My kid will take out your shins for some ranch.
It almost feels like everybody would just want to fight over anything.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. You see
Anything.
those
It does not
videos
matter.
of people
Well-
fighting in fast food places all the time.
Yeah, no, those folks now love to scrap, don't they?
Yep.
This one was everything you wanted in a national championship battle. Went into the final minute of the game. The Gators had the lead for exactly 17 seconds of play. None of that matters, though, if you have the lead when the clock hits 0.
Yeah.
The Gators took down the Cougars in a hard-fought matchup, final 65-63. Will Richard led Florida with 18 points and 8 boards. So, man, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
and,
man. The only thing that surprised me was the score. I thought that they'd both be in the 70s. I lost my overbet.
Your overbet.
Yeah.
Yeah, defense played a little bigger role in it, and congratulations to Chad Sledge. He won our bracket.
Yeah, Chad.
He sat down there on the bottom with Florida for a
I
long
know,
time,
dude, I
and
know.
all of a sudden Florida wins, and he wins the whole
Spiked
thing. I'm
up.
like, man, come on, man.
Right. Of course,
but-
Chad was the first one to be like, "Man, I'll pay the winner."
Right,
you know?
right.
He runs off with it.
No, it's fantastic, man. Congratulations. to
Yeah.
you. And then I like this, and I think you'll be interested too. Again, you know, they love to tell you this doesn't happen until it happens. The UK Women's Pool Championship is so woke, it won't have any representation by actual women in the finals. Both finalists, Harriet Haynes and Lucy Smith, are biological males who identify as women. Haynes finished the 2024 season as the top-ranked women's player in the Ultimate Pool Pro Series and appears on the way to defending that title in 2025. Haynes also finished as a top-ranked player in 2022 and second in 2023. Lucy Smith finished sixth in 24 and fifth in 23. The winner gets about $2,000, second place about $1,100. The rest of the finishers, have some smaller winnings. That's pretty lame. When your top 2 women
Wow.
in the women's pool tournament are men.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little too woke for me.
Right.
But hey, you guys have a good time with
Right.
that. I mean, Hell no, man.
I'll be sure not to watch or pay attention.
Right?
Yep.
I
I
know
wasn't
that's
aware
exactly
that
right.
that pool or billiards was like something separated by sex classes anyway. You know, I just figured everybody played everybody.
Well,
and
no,
to see who's the best.
It's women and men just like in anything
Right,
else.
right.
It's just funny to me that, I mean, first of all, why do you need to compete in the women's? But,
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's pool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like you're hitting from a different tee box. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly.
You know, so why
not
don't
really
you
an
just-
advantage? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they should just combine it all. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the answer to all of it. Is a trans league in every sport, and the problem is, well, you don't have enough trans out. Well, just have the two that are play each other.
Well,
like,
that works.
Like,
That's how I feel about all of them right now. You just have your own league.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's
I think
is that not
that's-
the simple solution?
No,
to
that
all
is
of
that's
it?
the
Like, what are they
absolutely the
doing?
correct
Like,
solution. Either choose the current genitalia you have as your league, or go in this league of your own, group of folks.
Yes.
Either way works for me. I don't
Right.
mind.
I wonder if there was a trans person that created their own league, if they, serve hot dogs as concessions or not.
Yeah, I don't. I think I'm.
Had so many comments.
No, that's just terrible. Man. That's unfortunate. Listen, if you're looking for a vehicle, try Fitz Auto, man. Listen, late models, low mileage vehicles, very good things. Listen, if you wanted to the other day, you could have went over there and got that 8-wheeled amphibious unit and rolled it all around the city during that big flood storm.
That was sweet.
Yeah, that would have been a good time to get it. They have ATVs, they have campers, they have everything you need over there. It's 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, or you can go online to fitzauto.com and check them out. I highly encourage you do. The average new car is $49,000 now. That's a lot of damn money.
Yep.
Let's talk about a couple of real interesting science things. So, how many of you have teenagers? Raise your hands. Yeah. How many of them have developed an app recently that detects heart disease? Right. Didn't think so. Mine either. Siddhartha Nandayala, a 14-year-old teen from Dallas, has developed an AI-powered smartphone app called Circadian AI, which can detect heart disease within 7 seconds based only on the sound. It's safe to say that he's not a typical 14-year-old. He's the world's youngest AI-certified professional. He holds certifications from Oracle and ARM. He's poised to revolutionize cardiovascular disease detection with this app. So it's capable of detecting heart disease in seconds. It analyzes heart sound recordings, uses advanced algorithms that analyze the sounds picked up by a smartphone and quickly provide a diagnosis that could save a life. It's been tested on 15,000 patients in the U.S., accuracy 96%.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive. That's
I'm
awesome.
always suspicious about these things.
Yeah.
It's like, is the kid a whiz kid? Or was it that easy the whole time? And they just stopped, they didn't want us to figure it out.
Right,
You know?
right.
And then
Could
this
be.
kid figures it out and they have to play it off like, oh yeah, he's a genius.
He's a genius.
We're putting him in college already.
No, that's great. That could be that.
I'm
Could
just
be that.
suspicious of it.
I actually heard about that. They're going to name the app like Doogie Howser AI or something.
Doogie Howser AI. Now, again, I'm getting ready to mute you. A new study suggests this is pretty
Gas
cool
works
too.
better.
A new study suggests a surprising, game-changing approach to stopping malaria that involves turning human blood into a death sentence for mosquitoes. The secret lies in a drug that we're already using called nitisinone, which is once ingested by the insects, it kills them within hours. So, what?
That sounds like
It's
a
just,
great
it
idea.
was just funny. Like, I don't know. It seems like you could almost do that with any. It's like, yeah, just do heroin.
You're right.
The mosquito's not going to fuck
That
with
probably
you.
would
Like,
work, man. I mean, yeah, that's probably fair. Do math. Now, they discovered this by testing mosquitoes that fed on the blood of 3 people already taking the drug for a rare genetic condition. The results were immediate. Every mosquito died within hours, suggesting the blood they drank became poison. That alone could make it a novel tool in the fight against one of the deadliest diseases on Earth. That's pretty wild, though. I mean, it's kind of smart, clever.
And
Right?
again, I'm suspicious. It's like, yeah, for mosquitoes, we're we're gonna poison your blood so you don't get bit by mosquitoes.
That'll work.
I don't know, man. I'm just
That'll
gonna
work.
go with the spray. I think, dude.
You're just gonna keep going with the citronella candles that don't work.
Exactly.
They smell good, but they don't work.
No, they don't.
No,
I've just
they're
been getting the
terrible.
mosquitoes high.
Huh?
I said all this time I've just been getting mosquitoes high.
Well, that's probably true. Yeah.
Dude, this is kind of off subject, but did y'all see that they brought back the dire wolf?
Man, I had that
yeah.
article pulled up. I'm like,
sorry to cut you
no,
off
no,
and beat
it's
you to it,
fine
but-
that you brought it up because it is interesting. And I looked at it and I thought, well, that's cool as hell, but at the same time,
Yeah.
Why?
is it smart?
Right.
I mean, it says they went extinct because they used to eat giant herbivores. There's no more giant herbivores roaming the planet as there once were. So, what are these guys going to eat?
Us.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. You know, they showed the puppies; they look real cute, but when they get big, and they do get they get as big as our biggest wolves do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They
yeah, it's a lot
average, I
bigger.
think, 100.
Well, they've had sightings, so that's up my field alley, right
Yeah.
there, the dire wolf, being extinct stuff. And they've had sightings for hundreds of years of giant wolves that they claim to be the dire wolf. So
Well, they made these in a lab by extracting DNA from a tooth and something else.
A skull.
haven't
Like
we
a
seen
skull and a
Jurassic Park
skull.
already?
Yeah, no.
Have we not learned anything?
No,
So these
we
are
have not.
the company that did this is the same company that created the woolly mice. We talked about that like a month ago.
Yeah, the where they merged the woolly mammoth with the mouse to see if the DNA
It's
would
the
work.
same company. They were
Yeah.
on a podcast this week talking about what they do and how they do it in like a long
Yeah.
form.
These are the assholes that are about to kill us all.
Yeah, right.
Because these are
And
the
they're
ones-
working on cloning the Titanotombia. The
What?
It's a giant snake.
I always thought
Yeah.
it was a Titan boa.
Yeah, the Titan boa, Tia boa. Yeah, so they're working on that one next.
No, I hope not.
Why?
So what, do
I
these
hope
people
not.
just like have a wheel
Because-
on their wall and they're like, let's combine this with this?
The Titan boa was like 100 feet long or something. I
Yeah.
mean, it
Don't
was
bring that
something unbelievable.
Don't bring that.
Yeah, they want to bring
why,
that one back.
Again, why do you want to bring back things that have no prey other than possibly me? I mean, it's like I don't need you to bring the Velociraptor back either.
Right.
But I know these assholes have seen Jurassic Park and they think, but we can control them harder than they are in the movie.
The podcast I listened to, he did talk about how they immediately were aware that they were kind of just playing with, stuff.
Yeah.
He said we created the 20 woolly mice and we had thousands of calls from museums and
Yeah.
zoos the next day, like, hey, we want to buy 10 of them.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
nope, we're going to keep these 20 that we've got. We're going to let them live out there, just study them. But
Yeah.
they talked about the nuances of realizing like, we're kind of teetering this line.
Yeah, you really are. I mean, you start putting all these, animals back on the planet that, like I said, don't have any natural predators nor prey, and
Right.
what are they going to do? Again,
Right.
nature
They gotta find
finds a
something
way,
else.
right?
Well, and the woolly mice, it's like, that was never a thing. That was just on our
No.
journey to try to recreate
Yeah.
this. We made this whole different thing.
One of them escapes, and next thing you know, you got giant furry mice taking you out. Let's see what the people are saying. Brad said good morning. Latasha said good morning, beautiful souls. That must be these guys. Little doggy said good morning. Good morning, friends. That's you, Bundy.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Brad said, sure wish I had bought some Dillard stock during the pandemic. Got down in the 20s per share, then up to around 500. Yeah, no, that's exactly my point. He said it's at 306 now. Good morning, Joey. Yeah, that's my point. These what they call blue chip stocks. These stocks that are well established. They take hits when the overall market does, but they're always temporary.
Yeah.
And so you can buy low and it's going to go right back up and you're just going to make money.
And Dillard specifically, that's what I told him. Like, I think Dillard's has always done real well in the stocks.
They've always been a stock that outrun what the expectation
And it
was.
keeps up with the index almost side by side.
Which
if the
is-
index is up, then
It's
Dillard's
still
is gonna be-
surprising to me that Dillard's is so strong given the retail market today.
Yeah, I know. I've kind of wondered about that. Like, is that like wholesale stuff or like?
I don't know. Have you ever been down to, and I know everybody doesn't frequent it, but there's a Dillard's clearance in Pine Bluff. And
No, I haven't. Y'all
let me
told
tell
me
you
about
something. That mug right there, you go down there.
Well, Carrie,
you will
that's
buy
what
some-
Carrie's
Hell
looking
yeah.
fly all the time. That's what Carrie
Yeah,
says.
no,
He's
I-
like, I'm on that dealer's discount. Dude. He's like,
Absolutely, man. You go down there and it's like the lowest price you can imagine on
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna have to
clearance
check
level.
that out because y'all
You
told
know,
me about it a couple
Yeah,
times.
you
now.
buy stuff 10, 20% of what the normal price is, and it's like, man, that's
Dang.
insane. Yeah, it's pretty cool, to be honest with you. I was excited. I bought probably, I don't know, $300 worth of clothes, probably for under $100.
Hell yeah.
Now, were they really $300? I mean, we
Yeah,
all
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I mean, what the real deal on that is, but yeah. So, Matt, you said yesterday that you guys had some new Bigfoot stuff to talk about. Some stuff going on.
Yeah. So the area, White County, for some reason, in Arkansas is hot. Has been hot for a very long time. Lots
Yeah.
of strange, weird happenings. Remember all the birds?
Yes.
On New Year's, y'all remember that?
Sure.
A couple of years in a row, all these birds would die on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
They find them dead. So we've got a guy who he came on my show last year and talked about weird stuff in their house. The little girl came in. They're like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "I was waving at the big hairy man."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and on the ring cam about 3 months ago, they sent it to me. They caught, because ring cams will trigger by any motion, or y'all know that. Everybody's got those. And he caught this really odd sound, and I didn't think we'd be able to play, but I played it for you last night.
Yeah.
And it has hints of an elk.
Do you want to play it?
We'll be
You
able
can play it right up to your mic there if you want to.
to see if it'll play, see what everybody
Well,
thinks
I'm
about
sure.
this.
I mean, you
Well,
just
he's
stick it right up to the
bringing
mic.
that up. What's up, Sean? What's up, Keith? I just wanted to say good morning to them there on Facebook.
What up, guys? What up?
Hey.
Let me see if this will pull up, because my service in here is
Are we on
horrible.
Clapper today?
Yeah, we're everywhere,
Clapper. So you got it there?
I'm trying to get it pulled up.
Oh, okay. All right.
My connection is really slow. But no, the sound's got a really unique.
Yeah, an elk is
Yeah.
that's a unique sound.
It is a
It's hard
unique
to-
sound. It almost sounds like somebody's trying to imitate an elk or a bugle call.
Well, there's not many elks in White County that I'm aware
No,
of.
no.
No,
I was
there's-
just looking
there's-
up the counties that have them.
I
White
don't
County.
know.
Yeah,
that,
there's nowhere near. So instead, what we found, we dug into this weekend, and we spent about an hour going through different types of animals. And we found the closest animal that would imitate it is the maned wolf, which is from Central and South America.
Yeah, right. It's not really here.
Actually, there's 4 of them here.
Yeah.
At a
Four.
zoo.
4 of them at a zoo. Okay.
4 of them at the Little Rock Zoo.
Yeah.
However, only 3 are on display.
I see. So the 4th one could just be in
You could have
Cersei.
escaped. Now, these creatures, these maned wolves are famous for actually escaping zoos.
Are they?
Yeah, so they look like they're larger than a wolf, than a fox. So it could be mistaken as
Right.
just a big fox.
Or a
Yeah.
dog
Okay.
or-
So it's not.
Yeah, but
giant.
the only thing about the sound, though, there's more than one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
let's.
there's answers.
So it's
play it.
already bred.
Yeah, I'm trying to, connection.
Oh, you don't have
A
the
maned
connection.
wolf, is that what you're needing the sound of?
No, well,
no.
you can, let's see here. If I can send it, I don't know if it'll let me send it
Send it to what?
to him since he's got it. See if I can pull
Why
this
don't you
up.
just put in the password to our Wi-Fi?
I never knew it.
Matt's been surviving this whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I've been surviving on like nothing over here. That's why I always feel bad, y'all. Like,
Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, I'm telling the password just in case you clowns are up here trying to steal my Wi-Fi.
All of a sudden, they
I
go
can't have
outside,
y'all
the
get all
parking
that.
lot's full of, yeah.
Yeah, I can't have y'all all out here in the parking lot surfing my internet up like that.
Oh. We're all waiting in suspense.
we are.
Oh, there it is.
You hear it faintly there? It gets loud.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
That is odd, dude.
Kind of
The
reminds me of
pitch
the duck
changed.
whistle.
The pitch changed.
Yeah,
It's
the
like
pitch
an elk.
change was
Yep.
the
It's
thing.
very elk-like, but you can
Yeah,
tell
that's the
almost
part
it's,
that-
it's something dog. It's something.
Yeah, it's got canine qualities
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
canine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but White Canyon's always famous. They got sightings of cats up there. Nobody recognize, yeah, the National Forest and the rangers don't recognize that there's, big cats in that area. There's game footage. People have got pictures of these cats.
Oh no,
so-
there are plenty of big cats in
yeah.
Arkansas for sure. I mean,
Man,
lots
Redden.
of cougar, puma, whatever you want to call it, the same thing.
Redden's got a big cat out on his farm out there.
Who?
Back 5, Aaron.
Oh, Aaron does.
Yeah, he's got a big bobcat that comes out
Oh, a
there.
big bobcat.
Yeah, he's got it on his game cam out there
Okay.
at the farm, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some panthers, cougars, pumas, whatever you want to term them in Arkansas.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So in
Yeah.
this area, excuse me, in this area up here though, they're finding spirals in the leaf litter, not in the dirt, but spirals. Like somebody took a light stick and drew a spiral. So multiple spirals, multiple orbs, lots of Sasquatch encounters up there. A lot of
Yeah.
people will call in and say, "Yeah, saw one rise up out of the creek," or
When you say orb, you mean like a floating orb?
yeah, like a floating orb, like a light in the woods
Gotcha,
and stuff.
gotcha. So a lot of it seems to be a hotbed of supernatural activity.
Yeah, supernatural and paranormal.
Maybe in
cryptid.
response to all the Christian schools and stuff.
Might be.
Maybe fighting that, huh?
Yeah.
It could be a balance to the scale there, huh?
Yeah, so in 2 weeks we're going up there and we're going to do a night investigation.
Are you?
Nice.
Like an overnight thing?
Yeah, I'm going to do an evening one.
Okay.
So there's some good ravines in that area.
Yeah. Now, again, I have to ask, is it not, when you guys show up there with all your equipment and your loud selves, does it not scare everything off?
No, they know you're there.
Okay.
So most of these creatures are curious,
Yeah.
and most of the sightings you're going to have that people get, they're not people going in the woods looking for it. It's people sitting around a campfire, playing music and drinking beer and having a good time.
When that thing's on top of you having its way, you're going to go, that's more than curious.
I was going to ask, y'all take firearms or?
Yeah, I don't go to the woods without firearms.
Yeah, okay.
That's a good
Good,
idea.
good, that
Yeah.
makes me
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Hear you say that.
that's good. Yeah.
And it's not because I'm not here to kill one.
No, no,
Yeah. So let me
no
clarify that real
explanation
quick.
needed,
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, my intent's not to kill one. And my encounter that I had in Bald Knob last year, where I allegedly got zapped, was we had rifles, and I raised the rifle up to look to see what this thing was that was 75 yards away. It was a black shadow. It was daylight, and I was trying to figure it out. And the scope was, how the height elevation is. So I couldn't see it on scope. There's a branch I was trying to move
Right.
down and trying to get zoomed in. Kept going back to iron, going to scope, iron scope. Lasted about 15 seconds, and it was gone. So they're that quick.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, how come we don't ever get a picture?
Have you had a lot of encounters with bald knobs?
Army, not Navy.
Okay.
I love my Navy guys.
The seamen.
Andy Jones had messaged. He said he's here. He just shot a giant wolf out in the parking lot.
Did he? A dire wolf out in the parking lot? Brandon said plenty of cougars. Sounds like a dating app.
Plenty.
No, that's good.
I got a buddy of mine who runs another podcast, Myths, Monsters, and Mullets, and wears a mullet. He's got a wig mullet and everything. He sent me one to wear.
Yeah.
And that's his thing. He's a cougar hunter.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so he's always like, we're out hunting cougars, so.
Is he hunting actual cougars? Or
No, he's married, happily married, and it's like a little persona that he created for the show, and
I got you,
it's
I got you.
hilarious. His wife lets him do it.
Okay, well, that's fun. That is a fun persona to have. All right, I tell you what, let's. We're going to take a break, but I tell you what, I got a new song for you, and this one I really, really, really do like. This is one of my favorite ones I've dropped so far, so hope you guys will enjoy it.
I've had enough of the bullshit, and I'm done with the lies. Believe what you say, but don't trust my own eyes. Got caught sleeping when it all started. Had no idea that common sense had departed. The time to talk, oh, it's already expired. But you're still talking that shit, turning my world into a tire fire. I do believe that's just about it. No more insanity. You've been wearing the wrong answer, like it was the king's finest robe. Got a sharpened blade beneath it, just in case somebody gets too close. Oh, I get it, I'm supposed to be towing the line. If anybody asks, hey, everything's fine. The time to talk, oh, it's already expired. But you're still talking that shit, turning my world into still talking mad shit, turning my world into a tire fire. I believe that's just about it. No more insanity. No more insanity. Believe that's just about it.
You like that one?
I did like that one, man. That
That's
was
a pretty good one there. It's got a real modern feel to it, so I dig it a lot.
I tried my hand at writing one the other day, and
Yeah,
it wasn't horrible.
No, it's good. I've got several, actually. I don't mean to be delinquent about it because several of you have sent me some great ones to play between the weather and just all of a sudden everybody was calling me the past 2 days about getting houses. And so I've been a little busy, but I will get them on this week. But meanwhile, we've got a new guest here at the spaceship. Rich, why don't you introduce our guest?
This is Buddy Babcock. He's a local independent wrestler around the scene, star of the death match, doing death matches recently, right? You really got into that? Yeah.
What is a death match? I assume that's not where you kill someone. So how does it work?
We try to get pretty close to that. So, so like, independent wrestlers are usually, well, just pro wrestling in general is a lot of people who didn't get enough attention as kids, and so we just decide that we're going to get everywhere and fight each other, right? So the difference between that and regular deathmatch wrestling is that we use weapons. So, like,
Okay.
notice my head's kind of scarred up.
Yeah. I didn't until you said it, but yeah.
Yeah, so I've got like some of the last one was like 2 weeks ago in Amarillo. A guy broke a bottle and stabbed me in the head.
Oh, really?
And then,
So it gets some legit injury stuff going.
oh yeah, yeah.
Little pistol whipping, little stabbing, whatnot.
Yeah. So it's like it's more extreme. It's like more fringe.
Yeah. It sounds like the intensity is ratcheted up a lot.
Yeah.
So you don't get tired of getting new scars?
Sometimes, but I get pretty drunk before I do them. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that probably helps. Not with the liability, but it probably helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been, in the wrestling business?
So this will be my third year. Prior to this, I was a competitive grappler, so I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and catch wrestling. So for people who don't know what catch wrestling is, it's a real pro wrestling. So the stuff that's in schools is amateur wrestling, so folk style.
Yeah.
When you become a pro wrestler, you do submission. So it's closer to jiu-jitsu. It's a little bit more violent.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln was a professional catch wrestler.
Really?
So he fought what they called mixed matches. They would fight boxers and.
Really?
So it was really close to MMA. So there's like this whole history that's kind of forgotten about professional wrestling where they were real fights.
I would have thought that Abraham Lincoln would have been kind of one of the rules of London type boxer.
Yeah, he could brawl dude. I mean, he
Well,
knew how
he's
to
like,
box.
6'4", 6'5", something like that. He was a pretty big guy.
Yeah, he liked to choke people, man. He would choke.
Yeah.
He also had his best friend was actually his lover too. So like he had this dude that he'd travel with and bang and
Oh, wow.
wrestle other dudes.
That's interesting, too.
Honest Abe?
Honest Abe?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought he was with, what was her name, Mary Todd? Is that not?
Yeah, man.
That was his beard, I guess, huh? His double beard. I didn't know this about him, but not shocking. Everybody is these days, I guess. But anyway, so, yeah, whatever. It's not even news anymore, really. So, what is your goal? I mean, you've been doing it 3 years. What's your goal with this? Other than having fun. I mean, is it just to have fun, or do you have higher aspirations?
Yeah, I mean, eventually I would love for it to be a part-time gig, full-time gig. I really love the traveling aspect of. Actually, today I'm going to be going to Dallas, and I'm going to be wrestling for. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with hardcore, like punk. So and metalcore. So basically, there's this band from Switzerland called Paleface Swiss. They're pretty big. This tour is called the Curse Tour. It's almost sold out in every city that they're in, and me and Ave and Axel are gonna fight in the middle of the pit. And
You're just going to stage a fight right there in the middle?
yeah, staple guns, flaming chairs. We're gonna
Yeah.
brawl
Now, is
back.
this something that's been set up already, or do you just randomly taking things and doing it
We just bring weapons and
and go at it?
I've got some carpet strips laying. I make kendo
It
sticks out
sounds
of it.
like sounds like a surefire way to be asked to leave. by security.
Well, we're gonna try to have them with us so nobody grabs anything. You know,
Oh, okay, I
because
see
they-
what
you
you're
know,
saying.
And
I got you.
Yeah, it's. I would feel like, yeah, you're right. You know, it's a way to get kicked out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I mean, as soon as you pull out staple guns and stuff, they're gonna be like, yeah,
Yeah.
Tiptoe.
yeah. I don't know about
Entertainment
that.
assault.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
So you, how often do you wrestle now?
I try to do at least twice a month.
Yeah.
If I can be booked every weekend, that would be awesome. But you know, I work a normal job, and
Okay, so you work in the oil fields?
no,
No.
I take care of people's special.
Oh, I thought you
needs.
said I work an oil job.
A normal job.
A
yeah.
normal
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You stereotyping you.
Yeah. Clearly,
You work
I
in the oil
was.
field, right?
Yeah, no, clearly you do. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, what else do you enjoy doing besides hurting people?
Man, that's honestly it.
Yeah. No, that's good to know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love music and man, just lift weights.
What,
too.
what did you
Yeah.
start to say? What do you do? What is your day job? What's
I
your
take care of
normal
people's special needs.
job? Okay, yeah, that's what
That's
I thought you
awesome,
said, yeah.
actually. That's awesome. Matter of fact, I know this is a weird segue, but I've been watching that show. My wife finally got me to watch it after, I don't know, a year of begging me. And I didn't want to watch it, not because I didn't think it'd be great, but because I knew it'd make me tear up more than I want to, which is Love on the Spectrum, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
about autistic people.
I've seen it. I haven't seen it, but I've seen.
Man, that
I've seen
show is
everybody talk about it.
surprisingly amazing.
Yeah.
It's really
I
good.
mean, it's better than normal. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some real interesting people on there that are fun to watch. So yeah, it's definitely a good show to watch.
You find that pretty rewarding in your day to day?
Yeah, I mean, so prior to that, I worked with homeless youth, and then kind of lost that grant that we were under, and then came into this, and man, I love it. So I've been coaching Special Olympics powerlifting for about 2 years now,
That's very cool.
and that's how I got into it. So, man, it's awesome. They're the best people. They have the best time? Like they're not even
Right.
like they don't get pissed about much.
Right.
They're
No.
having a good time, you know.
No, that's good then.
That's
good.
interesting. I
That
like
is.
how on one side you're like, yeah, I do death matches.
You gotta have a balance, man.
Yeah, when I'm not doing death matches.
No,
I'm,
that's a
taking
good
care of
scale.
kids. That's cool, dude.
That's a good scale. So if people wanted to follow you, reach out to you, know more about you, how do they go about that? What do they do?
It'd be Instagram, Buddy Babcock, and then Buddy Babcock at Gmail if you want to book me, if you want to sponsor me, help me with travels, that would be awesome. That's really it. And then, like I said, I have a show tomorrow night at Southside Music Hall in Dallas.
Okay.
And then April 19th at Vino's in Little Rock.
Okay, so Vino's in Little Rock, April 19th, and that's the extreme type.
Yeah, I'll be doing some more extreme stuff there. It won't be quite a death match. It'll be more of a hardcore match, which is a lot less blood. So we're working up probably spraying blood all over everything in glass and pissing everybody off at the.
That's great, man. That's great. No, that's fantastic, man. Well, I'm glad that you came by. If you'll stick around, we'll bring you back on here in just a little bit. I want to get Andy on as well. So if y'all swap out real quick, that'd be great, man. I'd appreciate it. Thank you, man. I'm excited to have you here. Come on up, Andy,
Dude, look at that.
You're
I'm
now
looking
in the
aka Tactical Turkey. You
Look
can
at some
check that out.
She said he wanted the full
at
Rich
footage from
Rockwell
one of his
introduction this
hardcore
morning.
matches.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty insane.
That is insane. What's up, man? How you doing?
Morning, guys.
What's up, man?
Long time listener, first time caller.
Right. We all know you, bro. You can cut it out. So how are things going with you, man?
Man, couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. Awesome. Glad to be here. I think you guys are going to come see me, and I got a couple things worked up for you.
Man, I'm pretty stoked about it. Yeah, we're supposed to, I believe, come out Sunday and have a little bit of fun with you. Maybe make some videos that we can share here
Nice.
on the show.
Yeah,
and
I want to film a couple of videos for my channel while we're there. I got a couple ideas.
That's great, man. Well, listen, I'm down to clown. So, whatever you want to do, we'll
Wrong with
do.
this chair. Hang on a second.
That's oh, geez.
Hey, man, that is
we go.
Is that what you were talking to me about the other day?
that looks
Yeah.
like a small handgun. Man, what size is that bad
This
boy?
is a Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum.
Come on, man. Let me get that.
Jesus.
And that makes Clint Eastwood look like a pussy.
Lord, dude.
I mean, that is maybe the biggest hand cannon I've ever seen,
Wow.
man. Look at that, buddy.
That is insane.
That's gonna leave a dent
everybody's-
in somebody.
There's no rounds in it. You're good. It's
No,
just
I'm
show and tell.
I'm just not holding it with the, I don't want to put my grease on the barrel.
Oh, you're good. Go for it. It's
But
covered.
that's, so you want to take a look? Yeah, see how heavy that is? That's pretty massive. What's the recoil on that like?
You'll find out Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. I should have known, yeah. Isn't that, I mean, that is literally a hand cannon, man. What size rounds is that fire?
Well, I got a couple things here for you. So this is a 22 long rifle. Everybody's seen one of those.
Sure, yeah, of course, man.
So then we're gonna move on up.
My wife
got-
pistol shoots.
9mm. That's a 9mm. Everybody knows 9.
Yeah, that'll air condition a brain.
Absolutely. Now we have, that's a Dirty Harry 44.
Yeah, 44 Magnum, most
that's
powerful
Dirty
handgun in
Harry.
the world, they said.
They said.
They said.
Don't listen.
No, it's not true.
500 Smith & Wesson Magnum.
That's it, that's the bullet for that.
Yeah,
That looks like it has more stopping power, I'll be honest with you.
slightly. That's the biggest round that I've got. That's a 600 grain lead hard cast.
That is crazy, dude.
Man, the weight on it, it's
Yeah.
like it looks like a thing of chapstick, but weighs about 10 times more. You know?
That's chapstick for crackheads, boy.
Yeah, no, it'll chap you all right.
Trespassers, chaps.
So, if you were, let's say you were to be hit from here to the door, so let's say, 10 to 20 feet with that round, obviously it's going to kill you, but I'm saying, what's it going to do? What kind of hole is that going to put
Gonna
in?
be able to see the sunlight through you.
Probably big enough to put your head through.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I have killed a deer with this.
Really?
Back of the head, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
It sounds horrible. I'm not sure I wanted you to share that, but thank you. I'm glad you did. You got all kinds of stuff going on out there. You do a lot of YouTube videos about different weaponry and tactical things, right?
That's right. I have been trying to grow my channel for forever. I still think I'm being pushed down in the algorithms for some reason. So
Probably.
we're going to see what we can do. If we can get some different type content, then we're going
Yeah.
to see what we can do. I know one of my biggest ideas that I've ever had is I want to try a segment called Average Joes.
Yeah.
We're going to take just average, everyday guys that have never fired anything like this, invite them out, let them try it, and film their reaction.
Yeah.
On my Facebook, on my YouTube, everybody talked it up. Oh, yeah. And then I started sending PMs. Hey, what time you coming?
Right.
Crickets.
Nobody came.
Won't nobody
scared.
come.
They really? You think it's just because it involves weapons? They're concerned about it or something? Is
I don't
the
know.
Deal?
Keyboard warriors talk
Oh.
that game. Oh, I'll shoot that. I ain't scared of it. And then, what day you want to come by? Well, I got to work, and I'm watching the kids. And
Well, you got a lock on Sunday. We're going to come out and do that for sure.
I got to watch the kids. My wife's boyfriend's over, and whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, there's always some reason.
So one thing I want to do with you guys, I'll run that by you. We're going to play with this some.
Yeah,
We've got some smaller rounds than these. We don't have to try to just blow your arms off.
yeah.
But this is a 5-shot revolver. Put 5 in there. It's just a typical revolver like you would
Right.
see. So what I want to do, I'm going to take 5, 6 just random targets. It could be a gallon jug, a 2-liter jug, whatever. Say
Okay.
we take a 2-liter of Pepsi.
Yeah.
I may take and dump some of that Pepsi out. We may add in some mustard or some mayonnaise, just something absolutely
Yeah.
horrible.
That'd be great.
We're going to have a chair and a table, and we're going to call it 500 roulette.
Okay.
We're going to put one live round in it, spin it, close it, and we're going to take turns point blank shooting. So bring a shirt, bring a hoodie, bring something. You're going
Okay, I
to
see
wear it
what
home.
you're saying. We're going to Gallagher things,
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
What's the feet per second on that big gun?
Depending on the rounds, some of the lighter rounds you can get 1900, 2000.
Yeah, I
So
got
nearly rifle speeds. Some of these bigger rounds here, 1400, 1500 out of a 8.38 inch barrel.
So now, other than home is there other than home defense? That's what that's made for. Really?
That is actually more geared towards like a large game, self-defense, bear
Okay.
defense. People
Okay.
elk hunt with them.
Okay.
Great big bear comes up on you.
You might be able to stop him with that.
2,000 feet per second will stop it.
Yeah, you can
That'll stop him.
let the air out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Would that take out a bear?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, I need one of those.
A lot of people carry these in Alaska.
I bet they do. Yeah, in Alaska, a lot of people, they have cages when they come out of the front door because of the bears.
I might have been Smith & Wesson, I don't remember, I should have done more research, used to sell a bear safety kit that had bear spray, whatever, and they had one of these in it. It was just a shorter version.
Oh, really? Yeah, when I was a kid, I got a snake bite kit, and that was worthless. Have you ever seen those little snake bite kits where you're supposed to cut it open and suck the poison out? Yeah, that
Better
doesn't
off
work.
biting the snake.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Don't ever, but they gave it to us like it would work.
That's for Rich Rockwell.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Now, see, that's like
What are you gonna hunt with
my
that?
friend's sniper
elephant?
rifle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mr. Lindsay come in. My rifle's not near as fancy as his, but
Jesus
you
Christ.
guys
Yeah.
are welcome to it.
Yeah, that's a great
Come
one.
out and
Sent
get
me
you
a
some.
video of that on Facebook.
Did he come
the
out
other
to
day.
your place?
Do what?
Did Lindsay come out?
No, he's way above my league. I'm just a
No.
poor Arkansas farmer. He's got the fancy high dollar stuff. So.
No, man, he's something else though. He's great with that rifle for sure.
But you guys come out and see me. We'll put
No,
you on
we're
some
going
smaller
to do
stuff,
some other
get you-
things. Yeah, I'm super excited about that actually.
We'll let you guys shoot a couple of smaller things, get comfortable, get everything figured out, and then we're gonna step up stuff you've probably never seen before.
Well, I'm down. Yeah, I'll accept that challenge. Accepted.
Oh, yeah.
You said this is a what's that?
This is
That's
22.
that's a 22.
Okay, that's the only thing I've ever shot in my life.
Really?
Seriously.
Well,
doesn't
now
even
in
grow up in
fairness, more
Arkansas.
people die from a 22 than any other gun.
Yeah.
And
It is one of the most common used.
And if you shoot someone in the knee with a 22, they could die from a head wound
Good.
because it'll bounce off it'll ricochet off your bones.
Oh, okay.
That's like an M16.
I didn't know that. I
will.
thought
Yeah, an M16 bullet's the same way. It'll bounce right out, ricochet
And,
off the bone.
To close out the day, we may try to recreate. If you saw my Tanner Out Totality video, the giant fireball, we may.
Oh, yeah.
We will recreate that.
That sounds amazing. Now, this is going to be a banner afternoon. I'm highly looking forward
Bring your
to it.
cameras. I've got my drone operational this time. We should be able
yeah.
to fly overhead and get
Yeah.
some footage of a giant fireball. And
Yeah.
hopefully we don't get the police and the fire department involved. But
But if we do, we'll be all right.
come what may.
America.
We'll
It's
talk
America,
our way
man.
out
What
of it.
may.
We'll talk our way out of it.
Always tactical, never practical.
Do you do any hog hunting with the Tannerite?
Not
Any hog
really.
hunting
We
at all?
don't. We've got some hogs around. I've never actually really seen one or been hog hunting. You just hear of, oh boy, 5 miles up the road, seen some dugout spots along the creek. It's
Right.
It's not a massive problem in my area. If it becomes a massive problem, I will become a massive
You'll
solution.
take it up. Yeah, that's what's up.
So where you're at, do you encounter a lot of wildlife on your land?
Oh yeah, I got all kinds of stuff out there.
Yeah. What's the most exotic thing you've seen out there besides a chick?
I've got a bobcat with a lift kit. This thing is massive.
Really?
I've seen him a couple times on camera. So if he comes out on Sunday, fair game. Let him have it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. He
Latasha
probably
says she
won't.
wants to come out and join us on Sunday.
Well, why don't you? Why don't you come out, Latasha? It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm
More the
kinda
merrier.
jealous, dude. I hate that I'm gonna miss that because
Yeah, I hate that
That's
you
right
will
up
too,
my alley,
because
man.
I'm certainly going to enjoy it and think of you.
Yeah.
Enjoy the Gulf of America, buddy.
Yeah,
While
I'll
we're
be
over here
right
really
there.
going, America.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right.
You're going through Texas, you may need to borrow one of these.
You're going down to Galveston.
This is the equalizer in a traffic jam. Oh boy, cuts you
sir.
off, you hold this out the window. Ah!
That's a humbler. Yeah. How bad of a day do
No,
you
I
really want to have?
no, I'm gonna tell you, if somebody holds that out, I'm making a left turn wherever I'm at. Doesn't matter where it is, I'm gone. So yeah, no, I one time made the mistake. Last time I ever flipped anybody off was when I was about probably 23, 24. Flipped a guy off going down I-30 near Geyer, and he just immediately pulled out a gun, and I just took a right off the freeway into the median and went the other way. I was
Sorry,
like, nope,
sir.
not today, not dying today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, damn, people are serious, aren't they?
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff you can play with. So.
Well,
I know
hey, pause on that.
Oh, come on now. You can't tell me no.
So how did you get into, was it just hunting culture that got you into being an enthusiast in this area?
Yeah, always have been a hunter. Always have loved firearms. Grew up dirt poor, never had anything like this, and finally got to a point in my life where I was like, man, I want something different. So
Yeah.
I started saving up, and I've got a few side gigs that I do and whatnot, try to roll in a little bit of coin to fund my habits. So,
Yeah, and it's not a cheap habit, honestly. I mean, if you're getting weaponry like that, I wouldn't think that's an inexpensive.
and a box
gun.
of 20 of these is like $92.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
yeah. So what is it? You break that down. What is that? How much per shot?
probably close to $5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, $5 a shot.
Yeah, and that's what these are. Just regular full metal jackets, $4 or $5 pop. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what would a pistol like that, if I may ask, what would something like that go for?
There's several different variations. You can get it without the stainless in the middle. You can get it shorter barrel, so anywhere from $700-800 to the sky's the limit. You
Okay.
get one of the chromed out Smith and Wessons. They're a few thousand. You get a few add-ons. You can really go crazy with it.
Yeah, now, but the chrome just is a cosmetic thing. I mean, the function's going to be the same
That's
either
right.
way.
When you pull the trigger, it's 500 Magnum.
Yeah, the bear doesn't care if it's chrome.
No,
No, it doesn't at all care about that. In all your travails, hunting and doing what you do, have you ever had an animal you had to take down because it was trying to attack you?
yes and no. Not like a mountain lion or a bear or anything
Okay.
like that. I've been on bobcats,
Like a chihuahua?
coyotes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chihuahua.
Absolutely.
No, just regular stuff.
Yeah, just been out and about, and I've had coyotes come up on us, and if you're actually out coyote hunting and you're sitting there looking through the woods, we've had them come up behind us over the top of a brush pile, and
Don't even know they're there.
yeah, you almost shoot your buddy because you're trying to get the coyote off of you. So
Oh, wow. Will they pounce on you?
I never had it happen, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
He said, no, they ain't pouncing on me.
No, not on me, not with this gun anyway. No, probably not. All right, let's do this real quick. We'll be back in just a second. You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com, reedfirm.com, or give him a call, 777-7333.
Imagine that you left me just to know how deep despair can be. And when we're cast in this tragedy, you say the meanest things to me. You tell me that I don't matter, and I never probably did. Everything in me shatters, like I was just a fragile kid. I tell you I can't imagine life without you, but fact of the matter, I already did what I can say I know to be true. It's the worst life I've never lived. In the midst of my dark fantasy, there's a moment when I broke. It was the way you looked at me, destroyed by how your eyes just spoke. I watched you leaving from the other side of the window. I was practically heaving, wondering where you'd go. I tell you I can't imagine life without you, wish I couldn't see this alternate life, one in which I don't wanna live. For anything I'll ever say, just promise me you'll forgive. I tell you I can't imagine life without you, but fact of the matter, I already did what I can say I know to be true. It's the worst life I've never lived. It's the worst life I've never lived. It's the worst life I've never lived. It's the worst life I've never lived.
All right, we are back, and man, Matt, what about that? How you like? Oh, will you take that phone off of the? There you go. Thank you, man. It just
sorry.
Frigs out the mics.
It sure does.
I know, right? What about that cannon in front of you?
I like that.
Do you?
That thing ain't no joke.
No, see, that's why you take out my expeditions right there.
Yeah, that might stop a Bigfoot. Not that you necessarily need to. But
Well, I'm not worried about stopping Bigfoot. I'm worried about stopping the other, known animals that are out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my only concern about stopping anything.
Yeah, which one of them scares you the most?
People.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, there's the people out there that scare you the most. That's
Yeah, I would rather sit around a campfire with Bigfoot than I would with, most people.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah, or would you not describe yourself as a people person?
Oddly, no. But here I am, doing,
Patrick and the people.
doing meet and
right,
greets
right.
and doing meet and greets
Yeah,
and
doing speeches, going out, being the keynote speaker at places and whatnot, winning awards. All that.
and I do enjoy that stuff. I honestly I do. But then my social meter gets real full real quick.
Yeah.
So
I understand that. Some people are. Come on, man. Some people are good with it, and some aren't. As far as absorbing that amount, because people don't realize that. If people want to come up to you, talk to you, take pictures, do all that, and it's, it is draining in a way.
It is.
And that's not a knock on that. It's just a fact that you're performative in that time. So you're really
on.
you have to
gotta
be on
be
your show,
on.
and everybody's watching, and you have to be,
there's no time I could go out in public and not be on, so to speak.
yeah.
If somebody walks up to me, there's no way I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to shake their hand. I'm not going to be nice to them. It's just how it is. There's no time for me to go, no, I am not doing that right now.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, that's how it's turning into right now for me, and to where I quit wearing my my merch.
Yeah, because you kept getting recognized too much.
Well, yeah. So I was at Walmart. It was about 3 months ago. I was wearing the hoodie, and I was buying coffee creamer. And this guy comes up and goes, "Hey, are you Mathew Orton?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Hey, I love your show." And I was like, "Oh, man, hey, how are you?"
Yeah, yeah.
So I was real polite, shaking his hand and stuff. And he wanted to talk for about, 10, 15 minutes about Bigfoot and some of my
yeah,
stuff
I
and
can
ghosts and
imagine.
everything.
Your people probably do want to chew your ear for a minute. And most of my folks are like, man, I really love the show. Man, I remember this, the rant's my favorite. This is the one I remember. And I'm always like, see, I like to encourage. I'll be like, let's get a selfie. You got your phone? Because that's like the end of the.
Yeah, that kind of wraps it up.
That's
Wraps it up.
the wrap up.
I might have to try that one.
And so I'll go, hey, let's get a selfie. You got your phone? Yeah. And then we'll get a selfie. And I'm like, man, awesome to see. And then I'm out. But I want to give them a very good experience. You know what I mean? But I also can't unload, the entire conversation I had on Friday with them.
Yeah, because like I said, my first taste of it was weird when we filmed the episode for Search for Sasquatch up outside of Jasper.
Yeah.
And we did a town hall meeting, and I was the third speaker up there. And I got there, and I cracked the joke, hey, how many of y'all listen to my show? And a whole bunch of hands. We had like 70 people there.
Yeah.
So about 30 people raised their hand up, and I went, oh, shit, I have fans. And I actually said that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're going to make a little joke about it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, no, these people actually do watch. That's
Yeah, and same thing. They were taking selfies and, with me and smiling and stuff and, driving back
that's
that
great,
night.
man.
I was mentally exhausted from it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I love my fans. I really do. I love the listeners. I love them who interact. They'll send me messages, email us, crazy stuff. I get, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. So anything weird comes out on like the new Egyptian stuff. They, the structures they found under the pyramids.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, I mean, my phone was blowing up from all these AI generated intros and videos, and I had to come out and say, hey guys, I appreciate it, but it's AI. And
Well,
check the source. And nobody's been down there yet.
I first of all, I don't think that it's what they have
Yeah,
depicted it to be.
I've heard different things about it too. Like for the
Yeah.
first
Oh,
week, they're like, we found it, and then I heard like
no,
a conflicting thing that was like, it's not really what they're saying.
No, I don't think that there's 8 cylindrical deep earth things in there. I do think maybe though that there's a lot of it's cavernous underneath there.
You know, they've never found any bodies in the pyramids?
I
yeah, I
don't
think
know if
it's a
that's
lot.
true.
Yeah, they've never.
Yeah, no.
is
The
that
pyramid,
true?
the pyramid of Giza.
As far as I know, they claim it's a tomb for these people. Not one.
Not
body
one,
ever found.
not one body's
Where
ever
did
been
the
found.
sarcophaguses come from?
The Valley of the Kings.
Mummies.
The Valley of the Kings. That's where they bury them at. That's why it's called
Look,
Valley
I
of the
saw
Kings.
the mummy. I know there's bodies that have been found. Bullshit, man. I saw that.
Well, actually, so the mummy was
three-part
pretty accurate because
documentary.
if you notice, they move. So even the movie The Mummy with Brandon Fraser in it, there's
best
no
one.
the pyramids are in the background.
Yeah.
They don't go to you know,
Right.
they go find him with that. They go somewhere else. So the Valley of the Kings was like miles. I mean, far away.
Yeah.
From and the main pyramid of Giza is the oldest one there. Mm-hmm. And they've actually archaeologists will tell you that the pyramid of Giza is structured and built differently than the other two on how they are laid out.
Okay.
So so the big one, which is Giza, that's the one that's unique,
Yeah.
special. And there was actually a Japanese company in the 70s that attempted to build like a 10-meter one, a replica, using what archaeologists said the Egyptians did it. They couldn't do it.
No, we just talked about that a couple of days ago. That the thing that gets me about it, and the argument that makes me go, maybe there's some technologies that they had and we don't know, is the gap, the fit of the stones together.
Yep.
I mean, after all this time, those stones should have gaps in them. They should be worn. There should be all these things, and the gap is still better than most machines could produce.
Yep. And
Yeah,
allegedly
almost.
there's a lot of water erosion too on the Sphinx and on the Giza pyramid.
What does that mean?
That means that they've been underwater.
Yeah, it says here no bodies, no human remains, nothing ever found
Really?
inside the pyramid.
I didn't know that.
No.
Oh, in Giza. Okay.
Yeah, in that main pyramid.
In the main pyramid.
You can get real nerdy about the pyramids.
Oh, I'm
and
sure
the-
people do.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so much to them.
I've seen Stargate. I get
really get into.
it. Yeah.
See, I think Stargate was like soft disclosure for portals.
Maybe.
I really do.
It could be. I don't know.
And I think the movie Predator was based off of a Sasquatch encounter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if they are, I don't want to meet one.
No.
Let me just say that. What's that? Oh, yeah. He said you got that for your Predator encounter in front of you.
That one, yeah, definitely.
Matt seems to like every time his hand gets near it, he kind of pulls me. You can touch it.
It's habit.
okay.
It's habit. So that's why I'm respectful of other people's weapons.
Oh, okay. Well, why do you always try to grab mine?
Hey, that was private.
That's right.
You should have seen Stallone last night checking out the bathroom.
Man, I do have to tell you something odd, guys. First of all, happy birthday to my son Tyler. It's his
Oh yeah, what's up,
birthday
Tyler? Happy
today.
birthday.
He's 23 today. and
23.
I know, right? That's
23.
That's
What a
fucking crazy,
hell yeah.
man, to be honest with you. But so I don't want to give away too much, which I already am. Not that he's listening. He's not up this early. So today's his birthday, so we wanted to go out tomorrow or yesterday and get him something for today. And so Laura said, I'm going to go to Hibbett Sports because he's a big shoe guy. That's his bag. He loves
Like sneakers.
Jordans, that type of thing. And so she came back home and she goes, man, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? She goes, I don't understand these shoes for guys. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she goes, man, she goes, the section's not really that big at Hibbett.
Yeah.
And she goes, so you just have a limited number of shoes there.
Right.
And so it says guys, she said, but I'm looking at this pair that are bedazzled with rhinestones. And I'm like, these aren't guys, right? And she goes, yeah, no, those are guys' shoes. They're for a WNBA star who makes guys' shoes. And I'm like, who the is wearing that. You're wearing a bedazzled WNBA shoe as a man?
The pool players that we were talking about earlier.
The pool.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
those
yeah,
are
probably.
Was
So,
it just like
but
one
she's-
or two, or the whole entire
No, she's
shoe? was
well.
like,
No, the whole shoe. One side, I guess, it had a bedazzled Nike swoosh, and
gotta
on
look
the
this
other
up.
side, it looked like she said like a galaxy, and all the stars are rhinestones. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, but she goes, you don't understand. A lot of them looked like girls' shoes, and she goes, I was like, there's no way I'm buying that for Tyler. And she was like, I don't understand what are all
I'm
these?
sure they weren't cheap either.
No, hell no, they're not cheap. None of those are cheap.
Does that say
is
Hibbets?
that it?
Yeah, I was
that
trying
kinda
to
what
look
they
them
look
up
like?
here.
Hang on.
Yeah, I think Rich found them.
Yeah. Hang on. Where did it go?
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
that's
is that it?
yeah,
Yeah, right
that's
there.
that's similar right there.
That's special.
Yeah, no, it's like what's going on, man? You know, I swear to God, look, I don't want to say this out loud, but I'm going to anyway. Which is, I think that ultimately the goal must be that everybody wakes up, guy, girl, whatever you claim, and we all wear the same shit. We all put on makeup. We all, we're all soft and sweet, and we're all girls, really. Yeah. I think that's where they want us to be. We're all girls, and I just don't want to be a girl. No disrespect.
I don't know, man.
You know?
Some mascara might just fit you just right.
Oh, I'm sure I would look beautiful in it, but that's not the point. It's just not my thing, man.
Get you some lashes.
All right.
I got plenty of lashes. Thank you. Good look. No, don't. Never mind. Latasha said, I love bedazzled shoes. No, and that's perfect. You should. You exactly should love them. I just don't, for me, it's not, I
It's
can't
not my
rock
bag.
bedazzled shoes. I'm not doing it.
I can't say I've seen them in the wild. Like,
No.
I haven't seen guys wearing those at the gym or anything.
No, I don't know that maybe you would. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird, I guess.
Right.
We just were talking about it for a good 30 minutes because she was going through all these. She'd look at me, look at this shoe, and I'm like, yeah, now like there's one that they have, and I know it's celebrating the Boston Garden, for the Celtics. It's a Jason Tatum shoe, and it's a sneaker, but it's got these ribbon-looking things on the side that are flowers. They're floral. They're literally floral sneakers for basketball. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not wearing the floral sneakers. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it. Does that make me weird? I don't know. Maybe I'm on the wrong side of history, but I'm not. I don't want them with hearts on them. I don't want them with little diamonds or shamrocks. I just want some sneakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I
want
don't
nothing.
know.
on
I'm
my
looking at
shoes.
those. Those are kind of fire. I feel
No,
like.
man.
You don't like
no,
those?
Hell no.
Dude, I feel like those are fire
No,
sneakers.
man. Get out of here with
It's just
that.
a little floor.
You just didn't know. You just admitted it. We know now.
Man, I don't know.
No, we know.
Those are fire,
We know.
dude. I
Hey,
like 'em.
hey, Jamie.
Yeah.
He don't love you, baby. Yeah. No, he's got another love. It's Jason Tatum.
Oh man.
No, that's his man. It's Jason Tatum.
sneakers.
I'm not wearing those floral sneakers. Get that out of here.
Yeah, no.
No, hell no. I can't do it, man.
These are the times I'm glad I shop at Walmart for shoes.
I figure that was like high end for you.
Yeah, no, that's the top line. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you,
Afford a Walmart?
go down to
I'm
that.
still at DG.
Go down to that Dillard's
DG shoes.
in Pine Bluff, man.
Yeah,
I
dude,
swear
I'm gonna have to
God,
check that
Yeah,
out.
I might
Dude, you can get some good deals down there on shoes and stuff for sure. They're not going to be the newest out, the whatever the hottest trend is, but it's still going to be a nice ass shoe.
I'm rocking them and ones from Walmart right now.
I'm telling you, man, I hit up Goodwill a lot, particularly the Goodwill in Bryant.
I heard you talking about that.
yeah,
It's on my
well-
list. I'm going to go check it out.
Because, man, I think it's on Tuesdays. They bring in all the returns from the retail places.
Yeah.
So, like Penny's, the Old Navy, all these, or whatever they have, Kohl's, all these places, when people bring stuff back, whether it's worn or not, it's because of COVID, it never makes it back to a shelf anymore.
Right.
It just goes over to Goodwill. So you'll buy brand new shirts, I bought things with the tags on them, shoes with the tag on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shirts with the tag on them for $5.99.
Hey,
the price is the same.
We all know
yeah.
about my $2 Hogwarts shirt.
Yeah, no, you almost got action on that, but you blew it.
Dude, I forgot about that. That
Yeah.
cracked me up. I was at home listening.
No, he blew it on that one. I'm a Slytherin, you dumbass. You had a 75% chance of getting the right one. 83 of them would have worked, but not that one. That's the one. Oh no, I'm done with. Like this, the word is like kryptonite. Ah. You had a geek chick wrapped up with your shirt, and she said, "Oh no, Slytherin, I'm
I
out."
can't talk to you.
Tasha said, "I'm a shoe girl. When I was working, my patients always came in asking to see what sneakers I was wearing. Always bought shoes that match my scrubs. That's good. That's good." Andy said, "Bring some bedazzled shoes to the range. We'll kill them with fire." Andy, that might be a good idea. We might have to invest in that. Do something like that. I might buy 'em
Sparkly
for
shoe
that.
bits just flying through the air.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I probably should bring some items from home for us to
shoot?
blow up.
There you go.
To
It'd be
shoot or
fun.
blow up. So I'll locate some exciting items that I think we could have fun.
I was thinking a minute ago when we were, out there during the break and talking that maybe we need to get some golf commentary going on with it.
Yeah.
Approaches the green. Kaboom!
No, I think that'd be fun.
And here comes Patrick locking up, slowly putting in the detonator, making sure that the plastic's set.
Yeah.
Watch how he slowly pulls the detonator out of his pocket.
I like it.
Checking around, he's looking, he's backing up, looking left, looking right,
Yeah.
fire in the hole,
Yeah.
fire in the hole.
Yeah.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole.
It's a big burning hole. Anyway, so listen to this and see if this would be offensive to you. Probably not, but I'm just going to ask.
Okay.
Does it have to do with bedazzled shoes? Those sound
It does
pretty
not.
offending.
Those are offensive, but no. A restaurant in Thailand being accused of fat shaming, they offered dining discounts to people if they can fit their bodies through spaces of varying widths. Okay, so here's can you see it here?
Oh shit.
So depending on how skinny you are, you can get a discount,
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So,
They know if you're coming through that far, right?
Yeah, the
They're
full-
going to get your money's worth.
We're eating
price
cheap,
is
baby.
sorry. It says full price, sorry, because I'd be full price, probably. Okay,
Yeah, dude,
you
I
might
could
get
get in there for free.
15% off.
Yeah.
You could get close to 30%, but you definitely get 15%.
Hell yeah.
Rich, you might get 5.
Yeah,
Matt, you
maybe.
might get 5. But it is so basically it's got these different widths to frame.
I wonder if they do it.
30%, 15%, 10%, 5% full price, and each one gets progressively wider. So the skinnier you are, the more of a
less you pay.
discount you get.
Do you go through before or after you've eaten?
I would think
Yeah, I
that it's
think that's on
after, but I don't know.
I would think so too, because
I'm
that'd
not
be
sure.
brilliant marketing. I mean,
Well,
you
it
get all
is.
filled up, you're going to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, you might have trouble. I would wait till after if I were there. So my question is, are you offended by this? Is this offensive to you because it's fat shaming?
Oh man,
No.
I try to stick up for just about anyone, but fat shaming, I just feel like that's one that we could do to give those people a little shit, Like I feel like they could use it.
I got you. I hear you, man. I understand that. Listen, my dad felt the same way. Right. I trust me. He definitely felt that way.
yeah.
No, he was never pleasant about my fatness. So that's for sure. What about you, Matt? Is it offensive in any way to you?
No, I'm on the page with Bundy. I'm right
Yeah.
there with him.
Rich, what about you, man?
Man, I can't believe they're doing
No,
I
none of us. I mean, it's.
mean, come on, it's a buffet, man. That's like
I mean,
a fat person's heaven.
Look, I
No
think
offense meant to the men.
this whole fat shaming thing is a relatively new phenomenon. We all used to be shamed because we were fat. That's just how it was. You were fat. People laughed about it. They poked fun at it. I mean, that is what it is.
Bundy
Now,
is the-
not everybody can have a thyroid problem. You know what I'm saying? Some of us just eat too much, and we have to admit it.
That's it. I just think we should, in general, acknowledge it.
There's a restaurant in Vegas, and they weigh you going in and they weigh you going out.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I do that when I take.
I'm trying to remember what.
I have that set up in my bathroom. Yeah.
Oh, dude, speaking of that, I hadn't even talked to my wife. Has she got you on, you sticking to your regimen?
Now, you know what? I appreciate you holding me accountable. I did talk to her yesterday and hold myself accountable. I did great days 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Then the weather and everything hit and
Right.
and all that, and I screwed up and I ate. So I ended up I was flat for the week. I did not lose. I did not gain. This week I'm committed to dropping.
Nice.
So I'm working on it. I got in some different foods that
Yeah. How's that going for you? That's the biggest thing is the transition.
it is hard.
Are you finding stuff you like though? Or
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Are you having to force yourself to eat it, or are you finding stuff?
No,
you actually...
I'm just having to. I haven't been able to just completely cut everything, but I've cut a lot of it out. I went right from the, like chicken patties or chicken tenders or whatever it was to grilled chicken now. I got rid of most of the breads. Sometimes I'll sneak in one, but no donuts, which really hurts a lot.
Yeah, you're feeling that one.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I love the donuts.
Yeah. And I haven't quite given up my breakfast sandwich yet.
Are you feeling any better? Are you kind of in tune with how you're feeling? Can
Well,
you tell a
I
difference?
can tell a difference in, number one, when I eat less. Definitely
right.
can tell a difference there
Right.
because I know if I drive through, like if I'm doing, my regular day, which is I leave here and I go do real estate, right?
Right.
So, I'm going to be hungry around lunchtime. If I drive through and I eat a meal, I guarantee you that within 2 hours, I'm going to feel like taking a nap.
Right.
If I don't do that, if I eat something super light or don't eat, I will not get that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's absolutely the carbs
For
that
sure,
do that
that
to
cause
you.
that crash.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
absolutely cause that. Yeah.
How long are you eating in between when you eat your last meal and you go to bed? How long is that?
I mean, it depends, honestly, by the night. I mean, we're.
Right.
I don't know. I don't have a good answer for
Yeah.
that.
That's one of the
I'm sorry,
biggest-
too late, probably.
Right. That's one of the biggest differences I feel, and not like weight difference, but just in the way I feel. The more time you give yourself to digest that food and process it before you sleep, the better you feel waking
See,
up.
now that does make sense. I will say that for going to sleep, if I eat right before, boy, that's a good knockout.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But I feel you on that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about what were you offended by that? How about what do you think about this? This is in San Francisco.
I'm already offended.
I understand. Just hearing it could be offensive. I don't mean to trigger you. San Francisco launched a controversial new traffic camera program through which residents with low incomes or on government assistance get substantial discounts in their fines. So city authorities turned on 33 new cameras last month in L.A. They won't give out citations for the first 2 months. Instead, drivers will get warnings. But once they do start, the income level of the driver determines how much they pay. So how would it work? Well, an example is drivers caught going between 11 and 15 miles over the speed limit ordinarily get a $50 fine. If they're low income, they pay $25. If they're on public assistance, it's $10. Now that pattern extends into the higher fines. The normal fine for driving between 16 and 25 miles an hour is $100, 50 for low income, 20 for public assistance. So basically, they're graduating the scale of your ticket based on your income.
As a poor person, I'm all for it. Speaking from poverty. I'll take that.
What do you think, Matt?
Okay, so I agree. I mean, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, being poor, I'm the same way. Yeah, but I mean, you do the crime. It shouldn't matter how much is in your bank account. Or how much you make.
Well, no, I understand what you're saying. I think the reason, if I were going to advocate for it, it would be because poorer people are disproportionately penalized because they can't afford
Well, then don't
either to
speed.
get out or to have good representation.
Don't speed.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I understand. I understand what you're saying. And to your point, ultimately, that is the correct answer.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
Sure.
it is
No,
the right
I-
answer. Don't speed.
There's a TikTok.
Don't break the law.
There's a TikTok video going around right now that takes that to the extreme degree. That video is, there's a guy named Charleston White. If you've never listened to him talk, he's highly entertaining. I'll say that.
Right.
Super entertaining, very controversial figure. But he said, they were talking about modern day slavery in the workforce, and he goes, oh no, he goes, or in prison. He goes, no, prison is not modern day slavery. He said, that would be closer to going to work. He said, people break their way into prison. He said, you have to work hard to go to prison. You have to do things to go to prison. And once you go there, you get 3 hot meals a day. You got your meals taken care of. You got all your health cares taken care of. Everything's taken care of. He said, when you work, he said, you have to work X number of hours. You got to keep pushing. You're just trying to get by. You're fighting to get by. He goes, that's more closely related to modern day slavery.
Right.
And I was like, it is an interesting statement that you
for sure.
break your way into prison.
Right.
I mean, because he said, you know what you're supposed to do and not do, and you have to do most of the time multiple things to go to prison, not just one.
That's like being in the
Not just get a
military.
misdemeanor and
Yeah.
So as a military, same thing. We had our 3 meals were provided. You had a roof over your head.
Yeah.
You had medical taken care of.
Yeah.
Everything said. I mean, yeah.
Listen, you can probably hear these clowns, so give us just a minute, and we'll be back, okay?
Darkness is coming, nightfall be here soon. On the verge of seeing my own tragic ruin. In the pitch black ink, monsters they do seek to prey on and torment those who are weak. I'm looking for you. I need you to reach down, pull me through. Can you? Could you? Would you? Can you pull me through? So many creatures looking to gnaw my bones. I wish there were detours, but my monsters are all homegrown. My monsters are all homegrown. Like a field full of fears, growing strong in the wild. It's time to come with me. Oh, my child, my child, my child, my sweet, sweet child. So many creatures looking to gnaw on my bones. I wish there were detours, but my monsters are all homegrown. No, my monsters are all homegrown. I'm looking for you. I need you to reach down, pull me through. Can you? Could you? Would you? Can you pull me through? The monsters are coming. Could you? Would you? Can you pull me through?
All right, we are back. So we were talking about these. I don't know how you would describe them. Income-based traffic violation tickets that they're rolling out in San Francisco. And Matt, you were kind of bringing up a good point that, you know, your job, you're a driver, you're a courier, and so a ticket's a death sentence for a courier, basically.
Yeah, we could. So we have cameras in a rating system in our trucks.
Really?
Yeah, so they watch us, the driver. They watch the road.
Who does?
It's an AI system.
Okay.
So it's ongoing running. There's nobody sitting behind the
AI.
cam. Yeah, there's no one sitting there watching the monitor or anything for other drivers in the company.
Right.
But so when an event gets triggered, it backs it up 15 seconds.
Okay.
What leads into, like, if you run a stop sign, if you're going.
So I want to see if you had your phone in your hand.
Oh,
anything like
well, it'll pick up. If you pick up, your phone,
yeah.
I mean, it knows. The
And so
AI,
what
it
does it
tracks
say?
it. You'll
What
get
does
a
it
ding,
get?
ding, ding.
It gives you a notification.
It gives you a big notification, and then it gets recorded.
So
and you
what
get dock
things do
points.
you get notifications and dock points for?
Following too close, speeding, phones, eating, hard braking, eating, distracted driving.
And so, look, let me just be honest. I tried one of those things with my insurance company where they gave me to plug in, and if I, if I do good at it. And about 2 months in, I went, this is not helping me at all. I can't follow along these rules. Does it not drive you crazy to do that?
No, I just do the right thing.
That sounds great.
I mean, so, look, I get it. So all the other drivers ask
on
me.
your high horse, man.
Well, no. So I get asked all the
Do
time.
right thing.
So like the first year they rolled this program out,
So's your mom.
first year I was Yeah, so the first year they rolled this program out, I was the number one driver for the whole company.
Wow.
Yeah, so out of over 300 drivers in the company, I was number one. I got a trip to Nashville. I got a $5,000 bonus, and that's just for
See,
driving, doing what you're supposed to do.
You could tell me right now, if I just drove right the rest of the year, I get $5,000 in a trip to Nashville, and I'd be like,
Right.
Not
You
enough.
could tell me I could do that the rest of
So the best
week.
part was that I got that bonus right before Christmas, so my kids had a great Christmas.
no, that's awesome.
know.
Kudos to you for having the patience and,
For sure.
and the
For sure.
wherewithal to be that
I get
guy.
paid by the hour. Why am I going to be in a hurry?
No, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to operate that way. I one day I'll learn how to not be in a hurry.
So after you did the plug-in thing for your insurance, did they send you a letter like, yeah, we're going to actually start charging you more?
Well, no, I just decided to discontinue that program because I realized that it was not effective for me, and I was going to, Dad's After Dark said, I'll be fine before lunch. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. He said he's the one I'm cussing trying to get to work. Yeah, he camped out. No,
Trust me, you're not behind my work truck. You don't want to be behind my work truck.
Man, you ever get behind that person in the fast lane who's camped out doing the speed limit and won't move over?
Every morning.
I never do
Every
that.
morning, dude.
I
I got to go from
why?
Conway to Little Rock every day.
Why
So
are you in that lane?
Okay, so I'm not that asshole. Just so y'all know that. I don't get to the left
I
lane and go
believe
speed
that.
limit. I'm all the way to the far right so everybody can go around me.
No,
Y'all
I
are
know
happy.
it. I know that, man. But I'm just saying, why do people camp out in that lane knowing damn well that you're wanting to go around them?
That shit drives me crazy. It drives me crazy.
You know what they are? They're retired.
No, these
And
aren't.
they're retired and they're enjoying the morning
Some-
and they're upsetting everybody.
Not
Oh, well,
that
I'm not
early.
gonna lie.
No. The retired people are in the afternoon or evening.
Right.
You don't normally see the blue hairs come out so early. Yeah. They come out later in the day. They may be up early, but they ain't driving early.
Well, I was
They
up
avoid morning traffic.
early driving slow in the morning traffic a couple years ago when I was retired. It was great.
Yeah, you're not a blue hair.
No.
No, so yeah, I just don't understand that. What drives you crazy when in traffic otherwise? What?
Man, I, like almost the opposite end of the spectrum. I hate when everybody's got a good 85, 90 going. You know, everybody's moving along, and then
Yeah.
you got the guy that's like, no, I need to do 100. Let me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, dude, we've all got a good thing going
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
just
we're
stop.
cooking.
You're gonna screw everybody up. So
That's every single day that I come into this show because I am that guy that likes to cook a little bit, and so I'm coming up the road, and I'm like I'm I'm not doing the speed limit. I'm
Right.
I'm slightly above that. And you know, when you're rolling up on me real fast, I'm like, where are you going?
Yeah, like chill.
I mean, are you going to the hospital? Did
Right.
somebody die?
Right.
Why 100? What were you trying to make it to, man? Because you do see a lot of people do that,
Yeah.
running, you know, 100, 120 sometimes.
Oh yeah, all day, man.
Yeah,
Coming from Conway to Little Rock every day, you see people acting crazy on the road.
Yeah. What about you, Rich? What people at gas stations drive you crazy?
Yeah, people that walk right in front of my car.
Yeah,
I
you
was
like-
gonna say I know about your driving. I remember you flying by me on the highway back when I used to live in Hot Springs.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
I did do that.
I
once,
was driving in the middle lane and I was zoom. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
there I
that's
was. Yeah, no, I'm in a hurry, I
You
guess.
should have seen him when he had the Corvette.
Oh my God.
He was zooming around everywhere,
Oh
dude.
boy, I did love that
I had
car,
a buddy
man.
that drove down here from Michigan in under 6 hours.
That's pretty fast.
was-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's
was going
pretty
pretty
damn
fast,
fast. What about you, Matt? Being the guy that you are, the safe driver, what drives you crazy out there?
Everybody else driving.
Yeah.
No, actually, you know, turn signals. Dear God, please use turn signals.
Yeah, a lot of people don't
Or-
like them.
You know,
Okay. So the other one too that really drives me nuts. So work trucks. All right. So I'm in a big work truck.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of weight behind me. We don't stop on a dime. I'll have cars whip around to
In front
turn.
of you.
I mean, like they're trying to beat me to the intersection real
yeah.
quick. They cut me off to turn right with a green light or something, or into a parking lot.
Yeah,
So I've had to stand on my brakes a few times.
yeah.
So and of
No,
course
that
the AI
is a
dings.
dick move. I hate to see people speed past you just to jump in front of you to take
Right.
the exit.
Yeah, my comment's always, well, NASCAR just called, you're in.
Yeah. No, I get it. Do you yell at people in your truck?
Yeah, I've told them they're number one quite a few times.
Yeah. do you find yourself yelling at people occasionally, Rich, in your car?
oh, all the time.
What about you?
Man, I've
was gonna say-
I've really tried to stop that. I swear, because it was
It was a problem,
it
wasn't
was a problem. Yeah, just trying not to care about people, not letting it
Yeah.
screw my whole day
The
up
one that-
because
Yeah.
I used to be horrible about
The
that.
one that gets me the most isn't on the highways. It's the city streets, especially down here. Why everybody has to almost come to a stop to make a right-hand turn.
Well, it's a stop sign, Rich.
Or the yield. The other one,
That's what you do.
don't stop
In
at,
Michigan, that's a
don't stop at
suggestion.
yield signs.
That's a suggestion in Michigan.
All right.
Can I confess something? And listen, I'm going to tell you before I get to the end of the story that I'm going to use language here. Very graphic, very graphic language.
Wait, where's the button here? Which one?
Here, I'll advance it.
Okay, there you go.
Because I did do something way out of character for myself, all right? So I was exhausted. Y'all know the saga, which is incomplete at this point. Today I should get my starter back and start putting it back in, right?
yeah.
But you know it's been a saga to get it out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was supposed to be a 3-hour job, 2.5 days. So, the day that I got it out, I knew I needed a particular tool. I looked it up, and the closest one was I'm in Benton, so the closest one was gonna be the Home Depot at Mapleville. So I'm like, all right, I'll run up there real quick. So I run up to Home Depot at Mapleville, can't quite find it. Ask the Home Depot guy, hey, where's this? Oh, that inventory's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right, fine, whatever. I'll go to Lowe's and Bryant. So go to Lowe's and Bryant, and first of all, finding anybody to help you there was very challenging.
Lowe's and Home Depot both. It's like I don't know where they hire these.
I don't even know where the people are.
Yeah.
I'm like, anybody worked over here or anything. So he goes, well, if we do have them, they'll be in that drawer. Okay, so I looked in the drawer. They didn't have them.
Yeah.
So finally, I'm like, well, I'll go to Harbor Freight and just buy a set. It's $29.
Yeah.
I'll just eat it and buy this. I don't need a set. I'll buy a set, And so when I pull into Harbor Freight, the parking space, there's 2 vehicles. The one on my right is like those box trucks that have the funny square cabs on them, the Isuzus.
Oh, yeah.
Cab overs.
A cab over, yeah, that's what it's called. All right, so it's one of those, but it's not just a box truck. I don't know if he was a lawn truck or whatever, but he had a bunch of stuff that's on the side of it, so it's much wider, right?
Right.
Well, I pull in the spot, and I'm in between the lines. I mean, I'm perfectly in between the lines.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
good.
on one side. I'm not on the other. This guy, and I'm getting ready to get out of the car. I just turned or about to turn it off, and the guy comes out to get in his truck, and his cab's in front of mine, so I'm not blocking his cab or anything, but it was still a little bit of a tight fit for him.
Right.
So I don't know if he didn't realize my window was open, I don't know, but he started mealy mouthing me.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, you dumb, what are you doing?" And I was so tired and exhausted. I just said, "Suck a dick, bitch." And I thought I may have to fight a man.
Well, first off, when you have these box trucks, you're not supposed to park. You're supposed to park in the back of the parking lot.
Well, that probably would make
Matt-
more sense.
You know what I mean?
That is the most hard line, like etiquette of driving. He's like, he was a box truck. Why was he at the front?
Why was he up there?
No, that's very technical. But,
Yeah.
You
That was
know,
my comeback. Really?
I was just mad. You know, I was like, "Man, what are you doing, man?" And I was so tired. I was just like, I didn't even think about it.
Right.
And then I thought, man, this guy might be pissed. He might get out of his truck and come whoop
Yeah.
my ass.
Yeah.
You know, it just came out before I even thought. You know, but so yeah, sometimes I still.
Yeah, I try to pull back because that's the last thing. Even if
No,
you can,
that's smart.
but even if you can whoop the guy's ass, right? Do you really want to whoop somebody's ass over some traffic stuff? Like, you know, in the moment, I'm sure it'll feel great. But you know,
right.
you
No,
go
you
about
don't.
the rest of your day, you're like, man, that poor smuck. You know.
No, but
like, don't know.
I felt good about it the rest of the day. To be honest, I kind of did.
Yeah, if you keep it to just talking shit,
Yeah,
it's not bad.
But he shouldn't have been mealy mouthing.
Right.
Tasha said, "I have road rage, but I've been working on it." See, everybody's got a little bit of it.
Yeah.
What I try and do is I try and tell myself that whoever's driving really crazy like that is having a horrible day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right. No,
so,
I normally
yeah. So
do
I try and do that. But like in your case right there, no, I probably would say the same thing.
Dude,
Yeah.
how bad is it though when you're getting like pissed at somebody that's in front of you and you speed, you go around them, it's like somebody that's 120 years old and you're like,
Oh, right.
man,
You're like, I'm an
sorry,
asshole.
Grandma.
Yeah.
like
No, I can tell you a story about that too. But here's a comment. I'm going to leave the person nameless just to protect the innocent. But he said, left lane campers are always a female on the phone. Sorry, not sorry. And sit at a green light texting.
yeah.
Yeah, those. Oh, I tell my kids that too. When we're trying to turn and there's a green light.
Yeah.
Yeah, just turn green. I'm like, and someone's on their phone.
Right. And someone's on their phone. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You want to scan at it, but you can't just bury yourself in it.
I'm guilty of that.
Dad After Dark said, I've yelled at the car in front of me in the parking lot. Then I realized there's nobody in the car, and it was a parking space. Yeah, no, that's that. Maybe you should stop drinking. It's probably good. Yeah, do that sober instead. That'd be better. But Tasha said it's not true that the left lane campers are always females on the phone. You know, you'll have to argue with the people in the comments, Tasha. You can see his name. I'm going to let you do that.
Y'all have fun with it.
Yeah, you have fun with that. I've told that story before. The old lady experience I had, God love her, was when I was going to. I just loaded up a truck full of furniture. I was a manager at Hanks, and I managed up in Harrison, and so I went down to Hot Springs to pick up a load of furniture, and you would just take 7. You know,
Yeah, the whole way.
yeah, Scenic 7, they call it. And so I borrowed my assistant manager's pickup truck, brand new, just bought it. He just literally got it that week, a Ford F-150. And I was like, "Need mine?" He goes, "No, not at all." So I go down there, load up. Looks like the Beverly Hillbillies. I mean, there's stuff tied. And just as you said, when you have that kind of load, you can't stop on a dime, right?
Right. Yep.
So traffic's moving along briskly. We're heading up 7, and all of a sudden I can see them way up ahead start to break and lock up, and it's a hard lock up. And I'm like, oh shit, man! Either I can hit the person in front of me, I look right, I'll hit somebody to the right. So the only thing I can do is go left, cross the opposing traffic lane, and go into the ditch.
Shit.
So I'm going 50, okay? So I hook into the ditch at 50 miles an hour on the left, and I can't just punch the brakes in the ditch.
Nope.
Right.
You know, I mean, I've got to bring it to a manageable stop, but at this point, I'm just trying to not wreck. And so I'm flying through this ditch past the traffic, and I come to this driveway, and just as I jump across it, the 80-year-old lady who had caused this problem was turning into that driveway. And as she turns in her driveway, probably thinking, "Ollie, Ollie, oxen free, I'm finally off this road." Right. And I cleaned the front of her car right off. I mean, just took the whole front end, whoop, and kept going, and finally made it over to the other side of the road and pulled over. And everybody was honking because I guess they thought I was going to leave. I did not.
Right.
But that lady was like this. She wouldn't even let go of the wheel. You know, and then I had to go drive back up and tell the whole way thinking, I got to tell my buddy, man, because I said, man, I had an accident. He's like, oh, yeah, right. And I'm like,
No, really.
Man.
no, I had an accident, man. So I gave him the deductible, and he never fixed it, prick. Anyway, I could have kept my money, man. That's all I'm saying. But have you ever had any kind of traffic accident in your life, Matt? Are you a safe driving guy?
I've never been driving and had an accident. No, I've been in vehicles when there has been an
So
accident.
you've never been responsible for a single accident.
Correct.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Good for you.
Rich, other than running over people at gas stations,
yeah.
you've been in some accidents.
I feel like I'm missing a story here.
Yeah, Rich killed a guy.
Yeah, basically. I think how far did you drag him? 100 yards?
Just a couple of miles.
He bumped
man.
a guy at the
It's no
gas
big deal.
station, man.
Like,
Recently, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that.
yeah,
right?
it was something like
Yeah,
that.
if
Yeah.
you-
No, I've totaled a car too. I've rear-ended some cars. And
Yeah.
had a lot of accidents back when I was a taxi driver.
Did you really?
For real.
That's why you're not a taxi driver. You're like Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element. What about you, man? Have you ever been responsible for an accident?
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Especially when I was younger.
Me too, man.
Yeah, I was inebriated in one way or another, drug or alcohol induced.
okay.
25, and so
I was
yeah,
just a shitty driver.
yeah. Well, I was a shitty driver when I was sober. So
Yeah.
you mix anything.
Yeah,
else in
okay,
there.
it's even worse.
Yeah. So no, I've definitely totaled a couple of vehicles and
I totaled
had a
3
couple of fender benders.
between 16 and 18. I
Yeah.
totaled 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one, when my dad gave it to me, he goes, if you wreck this, you take the bus.
Yeah.
I did wreck it. I did not take the bus, but I did wreck it.
My excuse was always like I swerved for a deer
dog
or a
or a
dog.
deer, yeah.
And finally, my parents said, "You hit that dog next time. We want to see."
Yeah, let's see the
proof."
imprint. I want to
Yeah.
see the imprint
Yeah.
and some hoofs and horns on this damn car. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. People should walk in the driving lane. What is that? What do you mean by that? Not even sure what that means, but okay. I'm sure it was supposed to be funny, but I don't know, Dad's After Dark. You explain that one. All right, so you've never had literally an accident. You're the only human being I've ever met. That can
I've
say
never
that.
never been responsible for an accident.
Hold on, Andy, you too?
Same. High five up
You've
there.
never
Yep.
had
Good
a-
driver award.
You've never caused an accident of any kind.
Latasha says the same thing. She's never been responsible for an accident, but was in an
Well,
accident.
that is different. You can be in an accident, but if you're not responsible for it, that's different.
Well, I've never been driving and been involved in any accident. So I mean, I've been a passenger in other accidents,
You've
been
been-
involved.
I've been involved in a
I've been involved in-
relationship that was an accident. I
Quite a few of them.
Me
Bunch
too.
Oh yeah, a bunch of those.
Heavy do-gooders around here, man.
Yeah,
I
no, these
thought
guys
everybody
are,
is.
they are.
Either
man.
that or we got really mad driving skills.
Now that's, I mean, it's
I give you
impressive to me. I wish that I could say I had
No,
that.
I've avoided. You know, same thing stops like you said right there. I've had to
Yeah.
pull off and do the same thing. I've had.
No, again, I could have learned that lesson at any point.
I mean-
And the 3 between 16 and 18 weren't even all the wrecks I've had.
For me,
Yeah,
100%.
for me, most of my cars were just, a couple of bolts rattling loose from falling apart anyway.
Yeah.
So it wasn't driving
wasn't a real
safe.
loss.
Yeah, it wasn't driving safe out of, like consciousness. It was driving safe so my car didn't fall apart.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Yeah, no, I've rear-ended a few people or bumped people.
I bet you have.
You ever pause? And again, I don't want to talk about your mom on the show. So, have you ever bumped into anybody and they get out and they don't want to call any police or anything?
Dude, so I had a guy back into my passenger side like a month ago, and he was a young kid. I was sure he had full coverage, so I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not worried about it, and if I can avoid it, I won't call the police for anything.
Right.
But
I know that.
yeah, so and the kid said the same thing. He said, "Man, I'll give you my insurance information, my full name." I said, "Likewise." And this was at the gym. I go into the gym and do my workout, and I leave, and there's a cop leaving, and you could tell he was parked by that kid's car. And so the kid agreed not to call the police, and then I went into the gym, and he did call the police.
Oh, really?
And filed a claim, but it ended up being his fault. I don't know
Yeah,
if he
why
thought
would-
that was going to do good.
He
for him.
thought
It
because he called first, he might
Well,
get.
let me get into it because it was precarious. Like we waited 2 months, and finally the insurance came back and was like, "Yeah, it wasn't your fault." I knew it wasn't. But I had went down a parking lot lane, and he was
Okay.
backing out.
Okay. Well, he has to yield to you.
He has to yield to me, no matter which way.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. And that was his point. He's like, well, you have to park the car this way in this lane, so it's assumed that this is an exit park.
No, that is.
Said, yeah,
that's
no, it
incorrect.
doesn't. It doesn't matter, Slick.
No.
So, but I guess the insurance had some back and forth. It was like 2 months
Well,
ago.
yeah,
It finally came back.
technically in a parking lot, it's not ticketable.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, really, I mean, because it's private property, but that's definitely his fault. So he ate
ended
that
up-
one.
Yeah, he ended up forking over some insurance money, which we were glad to have.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. I one time when I had my little RX-7, which weighed probably 12 pounds.
You
They
can
were
pick it
real
up
little.
and move it.
Yeah, it was a super little car, and I was in Sherwood back when the access roads went both directions.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people probably remember when access roads, most of them went both ways, which was you'd be trying to cross, it'd be like, you know, you're bungee jumping.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope I make it, you know,
Yeah.
because everybody was coming off the freeway and you're trying to jet. But anyway, it was a yield sign, and she started to go and then stop. So I bumped her with my RX-7.
Yeah.
She jumps out of the car, goes and looks at the back of her car, looks at me and goes, "I don't have time." And
Yeah.
took off, and I went, "Thank you, Jesus," because I don't have another fine to take. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
already on probation.
Yeah.
I was on probation in 2 different counties at one time for speeding.
Oh,
Yeah, back
dude,
in the
a
day, I
little
was hell
tip.
on wheels.
A little tip from somebody who's had to make a few insurance claims. You can go to just about any court and ask for it to be moved to a civil penalty. Won't go on your insurance. You pay a cash fine right there. It's usually higher than the
Yeah.
ticket would be. But I've gotten out of a couple of
Really?
things, just requesting a civil penalty.
I've never done that. I've said, "Hey, can I get probation?" Because
Yeah.
I know that 6 months it'll go off my record.
I can't make it 6 months. I can't
Yeah,
go
no, I
6
get
months.
it.
I'm going to screw up before I
No,
leave here.
I have to gamble on 6 months. I can
Yeah.
go that long. Anything longer than that, I'm in big trouble. But yeah, all right. Let's do this. Let me tell you about Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, because if you're looking for relief from inflammation, CBD is an excellent option if you're not into marijuana, whether it's because you don't like the way it feels, you don't like the stigma, your work won't allow you, whatever the case may be. But don't just, take any gas station or store CBD, because a lot of that stuff is not consistent. You don't know what's in it. With Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, it's professional grade. More than that, they custom blend it, and it's sublingual. So if you take a gummy or if you take a tablet, that's 20% absorbed by your body. Sublingual, which is a drop under the tongue, is 80% absorption and impacts you within 10 seconds.
Big difference.
It's a huge difference. Not only that, but let's say you take advantage of theirs, and let's say, hey, it works good, but I need a little more relief. Then they'll tweak that recipe until it's perfect for you, and then every time you order after that, it's going to be that custom blend for you. Check them out online, BANTX. It's BANTX.com. And if you want to save 25%, just put in PATP25, and that'll get you a quarter off that order. Boom, just like that. Yeah, no, that's a pretty good deal. All right, let's take a quick break, shall we?
What is there to say that's not been said? A love that was trampled, is it already dead? I keep trying, I'm calling your name. If we lose, it's a shame, and maybe even a sin. But it's dying, 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 dying. don't want it to die. I don't wanna cry. I'm reaching for you, and you're asking why. Baby, don't you know you got the title to my soul? You thought that we would stay on our very first day. Baby, I've lost my way back into your arms. Don't leave me in this frame. Don't you hear the alarm ringing, ringing. Can't you hear it? Baby, don't you know you got the title to my soul? You thought that we would stay on our very first day. No, no, no. No, no, no. Baby, don't you know you got the title to my soul? No, no, no. Baby, don't you know you got the title to my soul?
All right, we are back. If you're uninitiated, maybe it's your first time listening to the show and you're like, hey, I don't know these songs. I haven't heard them in other places. Let me just be honest. I write all of them and make them with AI. So they're all my songs, just so you know. And I've started adding them over on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So I'm hoping over the next 2 weeks to have all of them uploaded, and that way you can playlist them if you enjoy them and want to hear them. Many of you have asked about that, so we're definitely going to do that.
Have you had any submissions from others?
We do. We have several, actually,
Yeah.
and I've got to get them on this week. Last week, with the weather and everything, it got away from me.
Right.
But this week, I am committed to getting some songs on from some of the listeners who have submitted some.
Nice.
And you're welcome to submit them to me, and I'll take a look at them. If we like them, we'll play them. If we don't, hey, you just won't know. So that's that's the way it is. So right here, it's Buddy Babcock, right?
Yep.
Buddy Babcock, and he is an extreme wrestler. You see him sometimes at Vino's, and you guys use weaponry, use things that actually can cut and harm people. How do you make sure you don't hurt each other too bad?
Yeah, a lot of it is you just kind of hope for the best. A lot of times, I mean,
That's not exactly a plan.
So I think probably the worst injury I've ever gotten was we use light tubes,
Like fluorescent light?
fluorescent light
Yeah.
tubes. So I had a match like right at the beginning of the match. The guy hit me with the tube, and then he used the leftover of it and stabbed me in the head with it when I was shooting blood across the ring.
Oh, wow. That's not good, yeah.
I took a Cialis too right beforehand, so it's a vasodilator, so it really
Now, is this so that you're
That's
at
where he got that
attention
name
during a
from.
match, or does that just help you to be more athletic? Because I'll be honest, a large guy with a boner would make me run, but
yeah, like I try to see if science is real, and I try to get dudes pregnant in my matches.
yeah, no, that's too bad. Yeah. Hold on a second here. No, we're not going to have any of that around here. Okay, Andy, not impregnating people down there. We're going to do. It looks like we're going to have quite a crew come out Sunday. Latasha says she wants to come out. I believe Chad's coming. Laura may very well want to come because she's been wanting to shoot some weapons recently. We've been talking about she's wanting to get out to the range again, so probably be a good opportunity for her to come have some fun. So we might have a crowd of folks that want to come play.
Absolutely. Come see us. If you've got your own guns, you want to shoot them, bring them out. It's a good chance. It's all private land. It will be in a controlled, safe environment. I'll make sure everybody's got everything to be safe and have a good time at the same time.
And Rich, I'm going to bring some stuff from home to destroy. You're welcome to bring some items too if you got things.
Oh, okay. I know where you're going.
You know what
with
I'm
that.
saying? Yeah, let's just have fun with it. I mean, who knows what I'll find out? I'm sure I can come up with all kinds of things that I've got lots of junk.
Yeah.
Ask Laura, she'll tell
Stuff
you.
that'll
I
explode.
wonder what that would do to a Nissan starter.
I'm having it rebuilt. I'd rather not. I'm supposed to pick it up after this, but I would love to shoot it. I'll be honest with you, as much trouble as it was.
I mean, that's now become a time frame because, like, you messaged me the other day, and hey,
Yeah.
can you do this? And I said, do you want that in Patrick removing a starter time?
Yeah, that's
or
right.
do you
That's
need
right.
it-
Is
yeah.
that in Nissan in Infinity starter time? Yeah, no doubt about it. So, Andy, you do make videos under the name Tactical Turkey on YouTube.
That's right.
Do people just go to YouTube and search Tactical Turkey to find you?
You used to not be able to find it. Now I have tweaked a few things. The Tactical Turkey, if you search that and scroll down about 4 pages, I'll be there somewhere. And
Okay.
I've got a logo that we've made up. It's just a little cartoon looking turkey holding a gun. So
Yeah.
you should be able to find it. And
Andy feels like they might push him down the algorithm based on some of the content of weaponry. Is that,
right,
is that
there's a few YouTubers out there that have gotten absolutely huge, and I have the feeling that a lot of those have more favoritism than some of the people like me that are
Yeah.
not quite famous, not rich. I'm just out in my backyard
Yeah.
building bombs, basically. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they'd frown upon that. Everybody needs to know how to do that.
absolutely. Now I've never showed how to do it.
Right.
That
I
would give
will
me-
tell you this, not that I should, but one of the most interesting things ever, because I do narrate books or college courses, things like that. And so I narrated a lot of courses for the University of Arkansas for criminal justice. And and you may not know this, as a police officer, if you come across a meth lab, you can't just go in there and bust a meth lab. You have to have specialized training because there's so many dangerous chemicals involved in it, and you could literally blow yourself and everyone else up if you don't know what you're looking at and doing. So in order to do that, though, you have to recognize what those things are and know how the manufacturing process works as a police officer. So it was the weirdest thing I got done with a particular course about that. And I went and told Laura, I said, you're not going to believe this, but I literally just read the recipe for how to make meth. And it was the wildest thing. I was like, wow, that is wild, man. I didn't know it. Now I do, but not that I'm out doing it. But it was like, wow, I feel like I'm Walter Whiting things around here.
Tell us some of the most shocking ingredients to that.
No, I will not tell you any of that. I will not do that because I want to keep doing courses.
Latasha wants to know if it's all right if she brings some tannerite.
I've got a bunch, but bring some more.
Yeah, hey, your tannerite may be better. Bring it. Absolutely. I don't know how it could be, but still bring it, yes. Little Doggy said, I flipped 2 cars. It was the other guy's fault both times. Man, that's good. That's, I guess, that it wasn't your fault. So how about yourself, buddy? People they are interested in this extreme wrestling. They're interested in what you're doing. How do they need to go about, finding you, seeing a match, just coming out and enjoying the spectacle that you guys create?
Really just follow on Instagram, Buddy Babcock on Instagram. That's the best way to do it. I also do I do regular matches too. So
Yeah.
it's hard to find a lot of people that want to do deathmatch wrestling.
I can't imagine why, but
I usually
yeah.
have to.
I think Andy said he would.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wrestling's kind of weird. There's a lot of different genres.
Right.
I had a tag team partner for a while. We did kind of comedy style matches. He was a comedian. And
Okay.
We actually had a video go viral where we had cocaine in our match and put it on the top rope and
That's-
grabbed a dude to make him snort it off.
That's kind of funny. See, I like that.
yeah.
That's over the top. It's hilarious. I'm sure people are interested. How do they find you? You said Buddy Babcock on Instagram.
And if you would have booked
And that's
me,
Badcock.
yeah, and if you would
Okay.
to book me or hit me up in an email, sponsorships, like I said, I'm always looking for that. It'll be Buddy Babcock at Gmail, or you can just message me on Instagram.
All right, all right.
I
Now,
feel like we're under a hostile takeover here, man.
I
You
know,
just keep
he
pulling
just keeps
guns out.
dumping weapons out over here. I didn't realize you had.
I was waiting for you to pull out another
So
one.
what do you got there? Go ahead and.
Oh, I'm just getting comfortable. I feel
No,
comfortable enough
you're-
around you guys. I can relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Glock 19X 9mm, and got a Kimber 1911. So I brought both flavors.
Now, 1911 is it similar to a 45 or?
The
no?
1911 is really just the model number. You can get it in 10mm, 9mm, 45. So that is actually a custom 9mm Kimber.
Yeah, I like this. I don't know if they call it a body style for guns, but I like this style. Is a very good style. It feels good.
They're very comfortable, very
Yeah,
reliable.
super comfortable in my hand. Not
Run
too
out of
big.
ammo, you could beat somebody to death with it.
No, you definitely. It's got weight on it. That's for sure. Yeah, that's a nice piece.
Yeah, man.
Huh?
That's not a cheap one either.
No.
No, there does not.
This
get
is one of my
much weight.
personal favorites. That's a Glock 19X.
Okay, is that similar? It's not like a Desert Eagle, though.
No.
Yeah, I do like that. That's super light though, and also easy to hold.
For holding 20 rounds inside the mag, yeah, that's super comfy.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's certainly lighter weight than the other one. Which is more powerful?
They're actually both chambered in 9mm, so very
Okay, so they're the
very well
same,
similar,
really.
yeah.
Okay.
This one will hold a whole lot more rounds than this one will, but I brought both because if I pull out a Glock, half the people watching are like, yeah, Glock, and they're like, no, 1911.
Right.
I brought both.
So you got the iPhone and the Android there. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
got you.
Yep,
It makes
yep.
sense.
That is correct.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Rich, obviously, I don't know that they could book you any more than you're booked at this point. However, if they want to get a hold of Rich Rockwell about announcing or something,
Yep.
clearly they don't want you
Yeah,
in
clearly,
business,
yeah.
right? How would
We
they
can
do
be
that?
louder than that.
How would they do that?
You do it, but no. Just rich at theintermission.us. That's
Yeah.
the new email address for everything.
Okay.
So rich at theintermission.us. Yeah, if you need me, we'll.
And if they want to find VCW,
Yep, just Facebook, Vapors Championship Wrestling. We are all set and geared up. We're out cooking on all cylinders, ready to go May 3rd. So,
all right, big May 3rd at the Boys and Girls Club in Benton, right?
Yes, and we're going to be having Mike Quackenbush come in. He's going to be doing a couple seminars.
Oh, wow.
Chain wrestling around the world and exotic submission holds. So if you're a wrestler and looking just to attend the seminar, get some.
You want to
training
put
from
Rich in an exotic submission hold? Yeah, he'd like that. All right, everybody. Well, listen, I'm not even going to waste time talking at this point. We are done. You can hear it. They said we're done. We're done.
Take
We're
care,
out.
everybody.
Later.
We're out.
Later.